Michigan basketball, Brian Bush and Terry Mills.
Well, Terry, after Michigan ran roughshod through the Big Ten in the regular season, there were some who wondered if there would be an issue of motivation for this event, but there may not even need to be a championship on the line for Michigan to get up for the first two games of this tournament. Ohio State yesterday, and now the only team that dinged them in the Big Ten in the regular season, Wisconsin.
Yeah, well, there's a revenge factor there, and Michigan wants to come in here and take care of business. You kind of wonder, like you just said, whether you need an edge or not. I don't think this team has really needed an edge all year long. They've been a team that's kind of been self-motivated, if you will.
And this team certainly has plenty of options. They needed to utilize those yesterday in that 4-point win over Ohio State. In particular, Elliot Cadeau. We all knew Cadeau was going to have to shoulder more of a responsibility this week and beyond with no L.J. Kaysen. He was brilliant. How did he do it yesterday?
Well, I think he did it on both ends. I thought he was solid defensively, stayed out of foul trouble for one, but he also distributed the basketball. I mean, he really was a general and dictated the pace of the ball game, and that's the type of leadership you need at the point guard. If they talk about point guard play, it's what you need going into tournament play in the NCAA tournament. He gave it to us yesterday.
Cadeau is one of the many guards who have some star power in this one for Wisconsin. I mean, an incredible first couple of days for Nick Boyd and John Blackwell. On Thursday, Blackwell put up a career-high 34. Boyd added 23, and they needed all of it because Washington almost erased an 18-point deficit. Badgers won it by 3. Then yesterday, Boyd with a career-high 38, second most points in a game in Big Ten tournament history. Blackwell added a modest 31 as a 3-point win for the Badgers over the Illini in overtime. Just an incredible dynamic. How do they work together in such an effective way where they both can go off?
I don't know. I think you really got to stay dialed in on both of them because either one of them can go off at any particular time. Sometimes you get glued into one particular guy, and then all of a sudden you see that skip pass come across, and then all of a sudden Blackwell starts to hurt you. But they can score in different ways where Blackwell wants to make contact, get to the basket, and Nick is just one of those guys. He's quick, he's crafty, loves to get the energy going in the crowd. So Michigan's just really got to stay dialed in.
And a guy who knows Nick Boyd well. He was with Boyd and head coach Dusty May in Florida Atlantic early in Boyd's tenure in college. Akeem Miskadeen stopping by when we come back. Adai Mara, who was outstanding in that ball game yesterday. He is our player guest. We'll have Rob Joyce's check of the out-of-town scoreboard, setting the scene for semifinal Saturday here at the Big Ten tournament. And plenty of bids to be issued today as well. And just before tip-off, head coach Dusty May. Champion Circle is the preeminent name, image, and likeness collective supporting University of Michigan student-athletes. Michigan fans can bid on incredible all-access experiences through Champion Circle. Visit the experience page at championscircleufm.com to learn more. Champion Circle, proud partner of University of Michigan Athletics. Coach Miskadeen coming up next as we get you ready for the Wolverines and the Badgers rematch of last year's title game. It's for a spot in the championship game today, and it's on the Michigan Sports Network from Learfield.
Touchdown!
From the biggest of the big games to the littlest of the little.
There you go, go!
Run, James!
No, first base!
Go, go, go! Whenever you shop Meijer, you help support hundreds of local sports teams across the Midwest. From some of the biggest stadiums in the state to the familiar fields down the street. You're helping make a difference to the people and places you call home. Learn more at Meijer.com/community.
When you have a gambling problem, you have a money problem.
10 gallons of gas, cash or credit?
Yesterday's lottery ticket won't fill up your tank. Because when you're feeding a gambling problem...
Okay, your grocery total is $98.
It's difficult putting food on the table, paying your bills, and keeping your life together. If you or a loved one is struggling with gambling, get free confidential help at michigan.gov/problemgambling. A message from the Michigan Department of Health and Human Services.
Michigan basketball plays here.
Off the heel, rebound Jones, and that's the ball game! And this magical Michigan season is not done by any means!
The Michigan Sports Network from Learfield.
More refreshing than an ice-cold Surfside to enjoy while you cheer on your team. Surfside is only 100 calories, 2 grams of sugar, and 0 bubbles. That's right, no carbonation, so it's easy to sip and enjoy. It's not a seltzer, it's Surfside. proud sponsor of the Alumni Association of the University of Michigan. Sold at bars, restaurants, and stores near you. Must be 21. Please drink responsibly.
Wolverines fans, it's time to join the University of Michigan Credit Union, the leaders and best in local banking. We are here to help you stay on top of your game with competitive loan rates and championship service to meet all your financial needs. Access your account with our conveniently located branches and ATMs, 24/7 online banking, and our mobile app. To learn more about our services or find a branch near you, visit umcu.org. UMCU is a proud partner of Michigan Athletics. The University of Michigan Credit Union is federally insured by NCAA.
Getting ready for the Big Ten semifinal. Michigan getting ready for Wisconsin. Great to visit with Akeem Miskadeen, key to the scout. First off, tell us about Nick Boyd, the person. You knew him back at 18 years old, probably younger than that. He's grown into one heck of a player. Who is he as a person?
Really great person, God-fearing young man, comes from a great family, competitor, just overall, just a great person. Great person to be around.
How has he evolved? And now that you've gotten a chance to see him up close a few times against Michigan and then yesterday, how has he evolved?
Man, he's really improved his ability to finish at the rim, his change of speed, and his strength.
For this Wisconsin team, obviously, when you faced him the first time, Rapp did not play. Now Nolan Winter hasn't gone. We'll see if he goes today. But how does that ebb and flow of their big men change what they do?
Their big men are very unique because they can stretch the floor, and we had problems with them in the first game. All three of them, they're different but the same. All three of them can stretch the floor, but Nolan Winters, if he does play today, he's the one that rebounds and protects the rim.
Not a lot of time to get ready from Friday to Saturday, but what were some of the aspects of that first meeting you wanted to make sure to drill into this team so that it didn't happen again?
Everyone sees the threes, but we didn't do a great job of being in our gaps. We didn't do a great job of keeping them out the paint. Boyd and Blackwell got to the paint and got to the free throw line, so we got to limit our fouls and we got to keep them out the paint.
I know this isn't simple from a basketball standpoint, but from a communication standpoint, is it a little more simpler to distill down what you want to get across to your team about the scout when they have two high-usage, high-scoring guys like Boyd and Blackwell?
Yes, and it's also simpler when one of our two losses came from Wisconsin, so the guys are laser-focused and they want to avenge one of the losses that we have this season.
Lastly, it was interesting how this team kind of rallied around Yax. It wasn't his best performance. What did they do for him, and vice versa? How can he try to bounce back today?
Adai, Marez, EC, they really played a really good game. And you're talking about, we were just talking about it as we met this morning about Trey McKinney. He didn't play like a freshman last night. He played like a senior. I mean, he took some of Yax's poise and really played well. So the guys, they all have each other back. If one guy's not playing well, they all come together and play well for him. Yax is going to play really well today. Obviously, he wants to beat Wisconsin. He knows he didn't play as aggressive yesterday, so he's going to come out and play really well today.
Akeem, appreciate it, man. Good luck.
Thank you.
There's Akeem Miskadeen. We'll come back with much more here on the pregame show, including Adai Mara next. This is Michigan basketball from Learfield.
Not many things come with a lifetime guarantee. Cars? Nope. Computers?
Goodbye.
Not even cuckoo clocks. Now there's a new Michigan lottery game that offers a lifetime of cash.
Hi, $1 Millionaire for Life ticket, please.
It's Millionaire for Life. Drawings are 7 days a week with a top prize of $1 million a year for as long as you live.
Guaranteed.
And there's a second prize of $100,000 a year for life. Play Michigan Lottery's new Millionaire for Life. One win
lasts a lifetime.
Knowing your limits is always the best bet.
Michigan fans, choose chill. Coors Light is cold lagered, cold filtered, and cold packaged for a smoother finish. It's got that crisp, refreshing taste that makes those moments when you choose to rise above the noise and choose chill even better. Coors Light is a proud sponsor of Michigan Athletics, so crack one open and take a sip. Coors Light, choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2025 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. Beer.
You're 60 seconds away from more Michigan basketball. But first, a local break here on the Michigan Sports Network from Learfield.
We asked parents who adopted teens to share their journey.
When I met both of them, it was like my missing pieces were found. Like it was just like an instant, these are my kids. If you're considering adopting a teen, just do it. Kids need families. I don't care the age. Everybody deserves a family.
Learn about adopting a teen from foster care. Visit adoptuskids.org to learn more. A message brought to you by Adopt US Kids, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, and the Ad Council.
My name is Teresa Barber. I was in the United States Navy, and I served overseas in the Middle East and Africa. Early on in my career, I had a commander that taught our suicide prevention training, and the very next day, he took his own life. 90% of suicide attempts involving a gun are fatal. My way of continuing my service is to help protect my community by being a responsible gun owner and by storing firearms safely. Store all your guns securely. Help stop suicide.
Brought to you by End Family Fire and the Ad Council.
Michigan getting ready for the Big Ten semifinals against Wisconsin. Great to visit with Adai Mara here on the pregame show. First off, before this game, you got a little gift.
Yeah, man. Guys just gave us headphones, Beats headphones. So I'm happy, man, because I lost the one that I had.
You weren't using any headphones?
No, that was tough. But my parents gave it to me in Christmas, and I lost it a month after. so I'm very happy for this. Grateful for Yax. Also happy for him because he gave us that because he won the Player of the Year. So yeah, pretty happy.
You took home some awards as well, not only on the All Big Ten third team, but also Defensive Player of the Year. That Defensive Player of the Year, what did that mean to you?
It means a lot. It means a lot because it's just it proves that I was able to play at this level and defend at this level. So yeah, I'm happy for that. I'm also give the credit to my teammates because they, without them pressuring the ball, playing good defense against the guards, they give me the easiest part. They send them to the rim, and I just block it. Because it's hard to play against guards that they're there every possession, trying to steal the ball, trying to so I give the credit to my teammates, also to the staff, because I think we all know as a group what we have to do on defense. So it's pretty easy to get to a game and just do it, So yeah, but I'm happy that I got the award, But now I have to show the people why I'm the best defensive player. So yeah.
100%. What were the lessons, takeaways from the win over Ohio State in the quarterfinal?
Well, honestly, for me, I think we gotta be much better tomorrow. I think our preparation has to be not our preparation, but I mean I think our mindset has to be much better coming to the game. So I think just by fixing that, playing harder, and just getting those 50-50 balls, rebounds, doing the easy stuff, it will be a good day for us, I would say.
One team who beat you in Big Ten play was Wisconsin. What does it mean to get another chance at them in this one?
It means a lot because it's the only team that we lost in the Big Ten. So we have the chance to beat everyone in the Big Ten, and that means a lot. I think this year, Big Ten, the league, we have every team is a really good team. It's a very, very hard league. Obviously, it's in a top 5 leagues, but just being able to win those games and everyone in this league means a lot because it's just, I don't know. Also, it feels good, So yeah.
Gracias, amigo.
Thank you.
There's Adai Mara. We'll come back with much more in the pregame show, getting you ready for Michigan and Wisconsin. This is Wolverines basketball from Learfield.
Motown Legends, TNT, together again. Temptations. For Tops, Saturday night, May 9th at Soaring Eagle Casino and Resort. Tickets start at $55 and on sale now at the box office and etix.com. Saturday night, May 9th at Soaring Eagle Casino and Resort. Temps and Tops together again.
We are Laurentide Winery, founded by Michigan alums Susan and Will Bramer, and proud to bring you amazing wines made in Leelanau from 100% Michigan-grown grapes. This season, our award-winning wines debut at Chrysler and Yost Arenas. Laurentide is grateful to be part of your celebrations, dinners, and game day traditions. And each purchase helps support our engineering scholarship fund. Visit our tasting room or explore our wines at shop.laurentidewinery.com. Thank you and go blue.
The excitement, the passion, the tradition.
Walker turns, forces, misses. Michigan has won the national title!
This is Michigan basketball from Learfield.
It's Truck Month with the Ford Crew.
Care for a Truck Month trivia contest, Sam?
Oh, you know I can't resist, Hank.
Okay, fact. Truck Month happens only once a year.
Fact. It's the best time to buy a new Ford truck.
Fact. Ford F-Series is the best-selling lineup of trucks in America for 49 years.
Fact. America loves Ford Truck Month.
Fact. I agree with that fact.
Based on 1977 to 2025 CY Industry reported total sales.
Easy Plan customers who trade in their current vehicle can lease a 2025 F-150 Hybrid Super Crew for $339 a month for 36 months with $2,329 cash due at signing. Payment includes waived security deposit, excludes title, taxes, and license fees. Not all buyers will qualify for low-mileage Ford Credit Red Carpet Lease. Cash due at signing is after $4,500 in incentives. Offer only valid on Package 200A. Take new retail delivery from an authorized Ford dealer stock by March 31st. Lease a 2025 F-150 Hybrid for only $339 a month. Think Ford first.
Both lower seeds in their games yesterday advancing. In fact, Michigan, the only one of the top 4 seeds to win its quarterfinal matchup yesterday. For the Boilermakers, a comprehensive 74-58 win over Nebraska, in which Purdue never trailed, was their second win this season against the Huskers, with the other win coming in Lincoln. Now they'll try to get revenge on a UCLA team that beat the Boilers in LA back in January on a late Tyler Bilodeau 3, but Bruins leading scorer Bilodeau will not play today after getting injured in last night's 88-84 upset of Michigan State. They have not evaluated him yet, or at least publicly have not. And Mick Cronin last night said, quote, "It'd be a miracle if he played today." In his absence, Donovan Dent, a day after recording the first triple-double in Big Ten tournament history back on Thursday, Dent yesterday followed it up with 23 points, 12 assists, and 6 rebounds in the win over the Spartans. Winner of our game, it's either Purdue or UCLA at 3:30 tomorrow. Whoever wins that second game, it would be their 4th game in as many days. Counting down to Michigan and Wisconsin. We'll roam the country next. This is Michigan basketball from Learfield.
Champions Circle is the leading Michigan athletics fan engagement community. We connect fans with once-in-a-lifetime experiences, produce public and private events, offer club memberships, and operate an online retail store, selling exclusive apparel, trading cards, autographs, and other memorabilia featuring Michigan student athletes. To become a member or learn more about how you can support your favorite Michigan student athletes, visit championscircleufm.com. Champions Circle is a proud sponsor of University of Michigan Athletics.
If you are a fighter, Modelo is your reward. So listen close. You put up with a lot, but you always hold it down for your people. You are strong. You are fearless. You are the baddest on the block. You are an elbow grease factory, a force of nature. You are not to be reckoned with. You are a ride or die, a powerhouse of productivity. You are a fighter, and Modelo is your reward. You've earned every last drop of this rich golden lager, so raise it up high. Modelo, the mark of a fighter. Drink responsibly. Beer imported by Crown Imports, Chicago, Illinois.
Brian and Terry are back in 1 minute. This is Michigan basketball from Learfield.
Here she comes.
Surprise! They sent a duplicate shipment to your flower shop! Now you have to pay for 1,000 extra carnations! Also, there's a beehive outside your store! And they're super aggressive! There's thousands of them!
Progressive knows small business owners usually don't like surprises because they cost you money. But a good surprise? Saving 13% on commercial auto insurance when you pay in full.
Also, the egg salad you just ate was expired! Gross!
Surprise yourself. See if you can save in as little as 8 minutes at ProgressiveCommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Discounts not available in all states or situations.
As Michigan men's basketball makes its postseason push, you can plan next season's visits to Chrysler Center for all of the excitement. Join the ticket interest list to receive notifications about season ticket opportunities, single game ticket offers, and promotion information. Plus, subscribe to This Week in Michigan Basketball, a comprehensive weekly newsletter with the latest on Wolverines hoops. Visit mgoblue.com/MBB tickets for more information. That's mgoblue.com/MBB tickets.
about 15 minutes away to tip off Michigan and Wisconsin. The Big Ten, one of two power conferences, still in the semifinal round. The other is the SEC in Nashville. That also gets underway at the top of the hour with the top seed Florida taking on Vanderbilt. Gators enter riding a 13-game win streak, have lost just once since January 6th, and that includes a 4-point win at Vandy in mid-January. Game 2 in the SEC will feature Arkansas against maybe the story of the week in college hoops. Ole Miss lost 12 of its last 13 regular season games, entered as the 15 seed in the 16-team SEC, while the Rebels have since won 3 games in 3 days, including an upset of Alabama last night. And not only have the Rebels won, they have not yet trailed in 120 minutes of basketball this week. For the other power leagues, it's championship Saturday at 6. It's the Big 12 tournament title game, a rematch of last year's championship game, number 2 Arizona and 5th-ranked Houston. Houston won this event last year over the Wildcats. Wildcats advanced last night by way of a buzzer beater in a whale of a game against Iowa State, and smothered the Cougars this year in H-Town in a victory on the road. 6:30 round 3 between St. John's and UConn to settle the Big East Championship. Red Storm won at MSG in early February, followed by the Huskies winning handily in Hartford later in the month. Then at 8:30, the ACC title game features a top 10 matchup between number 1 Duke and 10th-ranked Virginia. Blue Devils in search of a repeat at the event. It's Michigan and Wisconsin here this afternoon. We'll take a timeout and get Dusty May's pregame thoughts next. This is Michigan basketball from Learfield.
When prenatal surgery is your baby's best chance. When your sight is set on gene therapy for retinal disease. When a new airway is what you need to keep breathing. Only Michigan answers. With specialized treatment options that aren't available anywhere else in Michigan, we provide the nationally recognized care you need without having to travel out of state. Learn how University of Michigan Health answers the call at michigananswers.org.
Aw, shucks, the game's on TV, but I can't listen to the call of my favorite team broadcasters.
Never fear, Sync My Game is here.
Sync My Game?
Yes, Sync My Game. If you have a DVR and streaming device, head to syncmygame.com from Learfield. It's never been easier to hear the impassioned voices of your favorite radio crew synced with the TV.
Wow, thank you, Mr.
Just remember, syncmygame.com.
Today's game is brought to you by Progressive Commercial Insurance. Protect small businesses with affordable coverage options. Get a quote today at progressivecommercial.com. This is the Michigan Sports Network from Learfield.
This message is for Shauna, my mom, who just finished her high school diploma. I wanted to say I'm so proud of you for finishing school. You told me it's never too late to achieve your dreams. I hope to make you as proud as you have made me.
When you graduate, they graduate. Finish your high school diploma for you and for them. Visit finishyourdiploma.org to find free and supportive adult education centers near you. Brought to you by the Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
Don't act like that. Don't wear that. Don't think that. I've heard everything you tell yourself every time you felt different. And I want you to know that you can be vulnerable and powerful. That taking care of your mind is taking care of everyone you love and who loves you. Love your mind. Find mental health resources at loveyourmindtoday.org. Brought to you by the Huntsman Mental Health Institute and the Ad Council.
We're closing in on tip-off, so let's head into the Michigan locker room for a pregame conversation with head coach Dusty May, presented by Meijer, the presenting sponsor of the Wolverines postseason journey and hundreds of local sports teams across the Midwest. Now, with Coach May, here's Brian Bush.
Well, Coach, when you distill what happened Friday into Saturday, I know you weren't thrilled with how the team competed till the final 5 minutes. What do you hope this team learns from that in a quick turn for this one?
Well, a sense of urgency from the tip, not to let their shooters get going. But we played well in spurts. We just made too many uncharacteristic mistakes. But that's part of it. Everyone's on their last life in this time of year. So our sense of urgency, our togetherness has to be elite today if we're going to beat Wisconsin.
You were up close watching that Wisconsin-Illinois game. Boyd and Blackwell both going for 30-plus. What stood out as you watched that in person?
Well, their ability to get you out of what you're supposed to be doing. they have such a unique way where Blackwell is his ability to draw fouls, and he's very creative with that. And then Boyd's, he's a talker, and so he gets you rattled, and so you're not focused on what you need to be doing. So we have to be really, really mature, and we've done a good job of that for the most part this year of not letting the other stuff impact of what our responsibilities are. So they're going to score, man. Those two guys, they put up numbers. The system is devised for them to be successful with the bigs who can shoot and whatnot. But we're going to give up some points. We got to score on the other end. But most importantly, we can't get out of our normal rhythm and routine.
The box score will say that those two are the main factors, and maybe to some fans the only factors. You talk a lot about invisible plays. Who else other than Boyd and Blackwell have stuck out to you here, whether it's this weekend or as you've watched them since January?
I think the unsung hero has been Carrington. His ability to shoot against us, he had 3 or 4 loose ball rebounds that I thought were pivotal moments in the game, and he came up with them and he earned them, and when he dove into our bench. So I think his shooting ability, and then when he's making shots, because he has range of 28 feet, and he has some bad misses because he's letting it go, and then Rhodey's defense. I think Rhodey's an underrated defender. He's into the ball. He disrupts your timing and rhythm. So I think those guys, and then obviously Rapp shooting the ball and whatnot. But I think that the two guys that don't get enough credit are Carrington and Rhodey because of their intangible plays.
Lastly, how do you think your team handled the flip? A little bit more time than you had last year in Indianapolis, but 1 day or 0 day prep. How have they handled it?
Well, at this time of year, you're going out and you're playing ball. There's not a lot of adjustments to be made from game to game. Now, we are familiar with our opponents, but it's going to come down to the same things it always is. Who can make the fewest amount of mistakes, who can capitalize around the rim, who can make timely shots, and just we're in position to do exactly where we want to be to win. You're playing for a championship. If not, then you're preparing for the NCAA tournament.
Coach, good luck.
Thank you, Brian.
There's Dusty May. Michigan getting ready for Wisconsin. Terry's keys to victory. The starting lineups in the opening jump next. This is Michigan basketball from Learfield.
Score more with the college-branded Venmo debit card. Rep your team with every tap and earn up to 5% cash back through Venmo Stash, a new rewards program where the more you do, the more you get. Get your Venmo debit card today and start earning rewards with Venmo Stash. No monthly fee, no minimum balance. Learn more at venmo.com/collegecard. The Venmo MasterCard is issued by the Bancorp Bank, N.A. Select schools available. Venmo Stash bundle terms and exclusions apply at venmo.me/stash terms. Max $100 cash back per month.
When you have a gambling problem, you have a money problem.
10 gallons of gas, cash or credit?
Yesterday's lottery ticket won't fill up your tank. Because when you're feeding a gambling problem...
Okay, your grocery total is $98.
It's difficult putting food on the table, paying your bills, and keeping your life together. If you or a loved one is struggling with gambling, get free confidential help at michigan.gov/problemgambling. A message from the Michigan Department of Health and Human Services.
Kohl's gets it. Instant gratification is the best. Like waking up to freshly brewed coffee, hitting every green light on the way home, or getting instant Kohl's Cash. This weekend only, get $10 Kohl's Cash to use right away when you spend $25 or more. No waiting, no forgetting, no patience required. Offers end March 15th. Some exclusions apply. Coupons and Kohl's Cash do not apply to Sephora at Kohl's. See store or Kohl's.com for details.
People can't have access to quality medical care without affordable health insurance. At Blue Cross Blue Shield of Michigan, we understand increasing health insurance costs are becoming more of a strain on the budgets of the businesses and people we serve. Affordability matters. It affects real families, real decisions, and real care. That's why at Blue Cross, we're dedicated to finding solutions. To learn about this critical issue and our efforts to make healthcare affordable for all, visit mibluedaily.com/affordability today.
If you haven't listened to the Defend the Block podcast, here's what you've been missing.
Roddy Gale Jr.
The mindset of it, this is win or go home. Either you bring your best or you're upset. So it's no more non-conference, no more conference games. Like, this is win or go home. So I just, play every possession like it's my last.
Defend the Block, covering Michigan basketball all year long on MGO Blue Podcasts. Subscribe on Apple, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts.
When you're on the move and looking for nonstop college sports action, get the Varsity Network app and take the game with you everywhere. Stream live play-by-play from schools across the country right from your phone, free. Catch hundreds of weekly podcasts, including shows from your favorite teams, all in one place. From football Saturdays to midweek hoops, it's your all-access pass to the college sports world. Whether it's game day or just your daily drive, the Varsity Network app has you covered. Download now and listen live for free on the Varsity Network app.
Wolverines and Badgers. They played for the title last year. It's a semifinal clash here in the Big Ten tournament today. Terry Mills, the only Big Ten team that Michigan has not defeated here in this 2026 season is Wisconsin. How do they add that final notch on the belt, get some redemption from January? What are your keys to victory?
Well, defensively, it's going to start with that two-guard tandem of John Blackwell and Nick Boyd. You got to know where they are for 40 minutes. Not allow those guys to get going at any point in time. I mean, they go off at any time during a 40-minute game. So Michigan's got to play close to detail of that tandem. Number two is defend the three-point line. This team is elite three-point shooting team, averaging 11 threes a ball game. They had 15 against Michigan up in Ann Arbor, so they got to be able to contain that three-point line, close out, contest. And what goes along with that is don't allow them to get penetration and get downhill, because that's when they start kicking it out to those other guys on the team, not just Blackwell. I mean, they can kick it out to some guys that can make some three-point shots. And last but not least, offensively, Michigan's got to dictate the pace. Let's get out and run. Let's rebound. Let's run. Let's test their legs. Let's see how much energy they have left in those legs here today and in the tank.
Yeah, all 5 Badger starters played at least 38 minutes in that overtime win over Illinois yesterday. The bench, 24 total minutes. So Michigan certainly the only team left in the field that's only played 1 game so far in this event, seeding upsets in the other 3 games during quarterfinal Friday. Those are Terry's keys to victory as we pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is Michigan basketball from Learfield. Welcome back here to the United Center in downtown Chicago. It's time for the starting lineups. First for the men from soon-to-be snowy Madison, Wisconsin, the 5th-seeded Wisconsin Badgers, 24-9 overall. They are 14-6 in the regular season in Big Ten play. Wins by 3 over Washington on Thursday, Illinois on Friday to get to the semis for a 3rd consecutive season, all as the 5 seed. As mentioned, the backcourt of Nick Boyd and John Blackwell, star-studded. They have scored all but 50 of Wisconsin's points here. They're shooting 57% from the floor. All other Badgers, 27%. Joining them in the backcourt is Andrew Rohde, the senior, playing in his 128th career game. He is a 3-point sharpshooter, especially out of the corner. Up front, no Nolan Winter again. He'll miss with that ankle injury. Was listed questionable, but Greg Gard, Wisconsin's head coach, told CBS's Tracy Wolfson the thought was maybe to try to warm up. He did not. He might be able to go tomorrow, but more likely in the NCAA tournament. It'll be Austin Rapp, who did not play in Ann Arbor back in January due to a hamstring injury. Wisconsin is 10-0 when he scores 10 or more points. Rapp stands at 6'10", as does Alexis Bielyauskas, who was the star and the story of the game in Ann Arbor. He was 5 of 10 from deep for 17 points. He's a 33%er from 3 in all other games. The aforementioned Greg Gard, 3rd among active Big Ten coaches in wins in this event. He's 13-9, 11th season overall, 237 and 126. The associate head coach is Joel Krabenhoff, assistants Sharif Chambliss and Lance Randall. For the top-seeded 30-2 Michigan Wolverines, now 20-1 against Big Ten competition this season after taking down Ohio State narrowly on Friday in the quarterfinals. That one, of course, from back in January against these Badgers. Elliot Cadeau, who had a career-high 19 against Wisconsin, all in the second half. He starts at the point guard for Michigan, his 107th career game. For Michigan at the 2 spot, it's Damari Burnett, one triple shy of 200 for his collegiate career. He had 6 points, hit a 3 early in the win over the Buckeyes. The big 3, led by Big Ten Player of the Year, Yaxel Lendeborg, who struggled, just 6 points, tied for his second lowest output this season. But Morez Johnson Jr., 11-7, and Adai Mara, 17-7. Helped on the interior. Mara was outstanding. Over his last 6 games, Mara shooting 76% from the line. The head coach is Dusty May. Second season in Ann Arbor, 57-12. He's unbeaten in 4 Big Ten tournament games. And he's 183-81, and this is 8th head coaching season. Assisted by Mike Boynton Jr., Drew Williamson, Justin Joyner, and the 2 on the scout today. A couple of former FAU assistants who were there for stretches of Nick Boyd's time in Boca Raton, Akeem Miskadeen and Kyle Church. Our officials, Jeffrey Anderson, Mike Littlewood, and Larry Scarato. Michigan in the big game maze, and Wisconsin in the Cardinal and white. Terry Mills, Nick Boyd said postgame, when the ball goes in the air, may the best man win. When asked about the Dusty May Nick Boyd battle, the ball is about to go in the air.
Yeah, well, may the best man win, and may they have maize and blue on, if you ask me. So, love to see Michigan get after it early. I love this quick turnaround. We know what how Michigan has played with these quick turnarounds.
Larry Scarato bats it up into the air. Easy win for Adai Mara over Alexis Bielyauskas, and the Wolverines work from left to right in those maize jerseys to start the ball game. Mara guarded by Bielyauskas, lob it up, caught by Johnson, then poked away by Boyd. Nick Boyd's 30-second steal, and the Badgers have the basketball. 18 seconds in, Boyd into the painted area, fades away, 10-footer, clanks around, drops out, easy board Mara and Michigan. Those crafty, tough 2s deep in the bag for Boyd and Blackwell. They can hit from anywhere. Left wing, Johnson with it, 35 seconds deep, scoreless game. Cadeau, skip free throw line, Johnson, goes to work on Bielyauskas, spins on him, laid it up and in after a pivot low on the right, nifty move for 2 for Rez.
Well, I tell you, that's where Michigan can do their damage at. On the inside. I mean, they're not looking at shooting 3s right away. They're trying to go to their strengths early.
Johnson had 6 of Michigan's first 10 in the opening game of their Big Ten tournament run against Ohio State 24 hours ago. Boyd jogs left wing, curls into the painted area, underneath the cup, jumping past Bielyauskas, straight on 3. Off the heel, rebound Burnett, left baseline over Blackwell. Wolverines basketball up 2-0. Quick pass, right side, wide open, Lendeborg 3. Swirls out of there, Bielyauskas rips down the Wisconsin carom.
I like the look, and Michigan is trying to dictate that tempo by being able to push it up, trying to get something to happen.
Bielyauskas at the point, shot fake, didn't trigger this time. Now to Boyd. Wolverines an early 2-0 edge, a minute and a half in. Rhodey, left wing, guarded by Lendeborg, shoots a 3 over him and swishes it down. Rhodey, just a 31%er, only his second made field goal in this event, 3-2 Wisconsin.
Yeah, he's one of those players that Dusty may like to call an unsung hero, so can't have him get going.
Right point, Mara, lob it right wing, Lendeborg. Around a screen from Mara, push pass left side. Here's Johnson, stroke it a 3. In and out, hit the rim twice. Blackwell tips the rebound to himself for the Badgers. 2 minutes in, 3-2 Wisconsin. Blackwell to the rack, reverses, no. And then a rebound by Boyd in his putback attempt, swatted by Mara. Up ahead, Burnett. Michigan gets it after 2 misses. 1 by each of the star guards for Wisconsin. Burnett, left baseline, takes it in, had a poke from behind by Boyd, deflects its way to Blackwell, and Wisconsin comes up with its second forced turnover. 3-2 Wisconsin, 17:36 to play first half. Rhodey, left wing, jumping past right point Bielyauskas. Over to Boyd, lost the handle, gets it back in front of his former head coach Dusty May. Jogs his way to the point with 9 on the timer. Right side, here's Rhodey, 24-foot 3, blocked by Mara. One hops to a tipped pass wrap. It was deflected up ahead toward Michigan. Lob up toward Mara, intercepted Wisconsin. Wolverines' third turnover. Blackwell splits 2, into the paint, flings it up there, didn't get the roll. Lendeborg peels off the rebound for Michigan. 3-2 Wolverines down, left wing, pop up, Burnett 3. It's short off the front rim. Rebound Bielyauskas, here come the Badgers. In a game reminiscent of last year, where neither team could have any offensive success, Michigan won the Big Ten title game 59-53. 3-2 early, a little bit more than 3 minutes in. Bielyauskas left point, fakes a pass in, delivers right corner Blackwell. Guarded by Burnett, and he stepped on the sideline. Wisconsin's first turnover, and just their 14th in this event. They're one of the best in the country, 3rd lowest turnover rate offensively.
Yeah, I love the pace that Michigan is kind of dictating that pace. I thought would be key to this ball game. They're getting up and down. Shots are not falling, but tell you what, they're still locked in on the defensive end.
Daimara exits. Roddy Gale Jr. summoned for Michigan. His 139th collegiate game. Improved to 4-0 against his former teammates in Columbus yesterday. Cadeau lob it up, caught left baseline by Rez. A little shove. He's able to vacate a pass out to Cadeau. Deflected by Rhodey, but got to EC. Drives in, high banker, way too strong, and then a loose ball foul comes on Michigan. And it's on Elliot Cadeau on a shove after he misfired. Cadeau perplexed by the Jeffrey Anderson whistle, but he has the first foul of the ball game for either side. Wisconsin's ball up 3-2, 16:26 left first half.
Yeah, I thought he kind of put it back up, but then he hit the deck immediately, so I didn't see that push either.
Wolverines 1 of 5 from the floor with 3 turnovers. Badgers 1 of 7 from the floor with 1 turnover. Rapp, left wing Blackwell, still the starting 5 out there for the Cardinal-clad Wisconsin Badgers. Left of the lane line, Blackwell takes it, pitch it left wing, Rapp a 3, front iron and out. Rebound Cadeau, weak side for Michigan. Lob up ahead, Gale. Michigan storming left to right, down a point. Gale, shut off right baseline. Right elbow Johnson. Shuffles over to the left wing, hands off Cadeau in front of Greg Gard, decked out in a suit and tie. That cardinal red tie for Greg Gard in his 11th season. Left baseline, floater from Cadeau, no off the glass. Rebound deflects its way to Blackwell, who tried to induce a little shove on Johnson. Play on, near sideline Boyd. Boyd and the Badgers up 3-2. Media stoppage, next head ball. 15:38 remaining first half. Boyd has Lendebourg, takes it in on him left block. Shut off. No look feed left corner Bieliauskas. Drives left baseline, tiptoeing against Gale. Feed it over Boyd. Bad pass, and it's out of bounds. So the Badgers, who committed just 13 turnovers in the first 2 games, and since the turn of the calendar have averaged less than 8, they cough it up twice in the first media battle. It's Wisconsin 3, Michigan 2. 15:29 to play first half in a game with plenty of defense early. This is Michigan basketball from Learfield.
Not many things come with a lifetime guarantee. Cars? Nope. Computers?
Goodbye.
Not even cuckoo clocks. Now there's a new Michigan lottery game that offers a lifetime of cash.
Hi, $1 Millionaire for Life ticket, please.
It's Millionaire for Life. Drawings are 7 days a week with a top prize of $1 million a year for as long as you live.
Guaranteed.
And there's a second prize of $100,000 a year for life. Play Michigan Lottery's new Millionaire for Life. One win
lasts a lifetime.
Knowing your limits is always the best bet.
Michigan basketball plays here.
Fires Wolf on the right wing, splits 2, over to Burnett, left wing, a 3 for the win.
The Michigan Sports Network from Learfield.
It's Truck Month with the Ford Crew.
Care for a Truck Month trivia contest, Sam?
Oh, you know I can't resist, Hank.
Okay, fact. Truck Month happens only once a year.
Fact. It's the best time to buy a new Ford truck.
Fact. Ford F-Series is the best-selling lineup of trucks in America for 49 years.
Fact. America loves Ford Truck Month.
Fact. I agree with that fact.
Based on 1977 to 2025 CY Industry reported total sales.
Easy Plan customers who trade in their current vehicle can lease a 2025 F-150 Hybrid Super Crew for $339 a month for 36 months with $2,329 cash due at signing. Payment includes waived security deposit, excludes title, taxes, and license fees. Not all buyers will qualify for low-mileage Ford Credit Red Carpet Lease. Cash due at signing is after $4,500 in incentives. Offer only valid on Package 200A. Take new retail delivery from an authorized Ford dealer stock by March 31st. Lease a 2025 F-150 Hybrid for only $339 a month. Think Ford first.
Back here in Chicago, Wolverines have a 3-2 deficit here to deal with against Wisconsin. Brian Bush, Terry Mills, Tony Butler, and Rob Joyce. This broadcast is copyrighted by the Big Ten Conference, Inc. Any use of this broadcast or any pictures, descriptions, or accounts of the game without the Big Ten Conference's express written consent is prohibited. But if you're ever going to try to do that, that might have been the stretch to do it. I kid. Don't do that. But 3-2, Terry. Last year, of course, these two teams played a 59-53 game. Michigan won it. Wolverines shot 32%. Badgers 22%. Here so far, Michigan 1 of 6, Wisconsin 1 of 8, so they're not quite to those gaudy offensive numbers from a year ago.
No, they're not. And I tell you what, I know that Michigan can win, and they have won rock fight type games, Where on the other hand, Wisconsin has not won rock fight games. I mean, Wisconsin has to be extremely explosive in order to win ball games. And a lot of it is really dictated with that three-point shot. But Michigan is locked in right now.
11 players have played before that media stoppage, and 9 of them have a missed shot already. Michigan comes out with Trey McKinney on the floor for the first time with Gale, Burnett, Mara, and the ball handler Lendeborg, who leaves at left point Mara. First time out there for Will Garlock, the raw 7-foot freshman center for Wisconsin. High to the right pocket, Burnett with it, timer at 10. Right point Lendeborg, left point, considers a 3, instead dishes right wing. Here's Burnett, a 3, and it's off the heel. Rebound back tapped like a volleyball setter by Trey McKinney, and he hit it over toward Mara, who got bumped and fouled.
You know, I'll tell you what, that's Trey McKinney doing Trey McKinney things. I mean, most players at his age and at being a guard are not even concerned about a back tap. So that's usually things you see come from big guys.
First foul of the half for Wisconsin belongs to Garlock. Right baseline inbound McKinney, shut off on a double team. Lob it up right wing, Mara up fake, guarded by Garlock. Hand off McKinney, pestered by Braden Carrington off the Wisconsin bench. McKinney fades away with 3 on the timer, swishes it down. Oh, that thing never considered hitting rim. Michigan in front 4-3. Trey McKinney picking up where he left off yesterday.
I tell you, he gives Michigan a punch when he comes off of that bench. And tell you what, that's the shot that they needed in the arm.
Here comes Boyd, left lane line, high banker over Lendeborg. No good contest by Yax, and Mara comes up with a rebound. Zips a 2-arm pass to the half-court line in McKinney. Wolverines settle in. Left corner, Gale considers a 3, takes it left baseline on Blackwell, who shuts him off. Goes to a back down. 14-20 left first half. Michigan a 4-3 edge. Here's a pass, right wing McKinney zips one toward Burnett, in and out of his hands, out of bounds. And the Wolverines cough it up for a 4th time early on. With both Wisconsin and Michigan, the atmosphere here early in their games yesterday much different. This has been an uneasy one, a little quieter here as these two teams try to get going just past the 12 o'clock hour in the Central Time Zone. Right side, Carrington's pass deflected, intercepted. Yax fighting for it, stumbles, works, gets it back. Give it Burnett low on the left, pivots, floats. No, but he's going to the free throw line. Yaxel Lendeborg still hasn't been able to find that offense, but his defense was solid yesterday, and it comes up with a steal and a 2 free throw opportunity for Damari Burnett on that trip.
Yeah, good energy play there by Yax to be able to get in the lane and run that down to get his team a possession.
So Damari Burnett, who split a pair at the free throw line yesterday, out there now with Michigan leading at 4-3. 13:57 to carry first half in this Big Ten tournament semifinal. Burnett, a deep knee bend, shoots it up there, knocks it down. 5-3 U of M. Winner of this one gets the winner of the second semifinal. 6th-seeded UCLA, who edged Michigan State yesterday, facing off with 7th-seeded Purdue, who has probably been the most comprehensive team so far, blowing out Northwestern, and then Nebraska so far. Burnett second, follows into first, and Burnett now north of 80% from the line on the season. Wolverines a 6-3 lead, a little bit past 6 minutes into this first half. Boyd jogs into the forecourt left wing. Austin Rapp, who did not play in the game in January in Ann Arbor. Boyd slithers toward the right corner, guarded by Gale, leans in, floats it up there, off the heel. Mara rips down the rebound, but then Rapp came from behind, dislodged it right wing. Boyd a 3 to tie it. And Boyd, some words over to that Michigan bench. We're deadlocked at 6, 13:30 left, half one.
Yeah, I tell you what, those are golden right there. Michigan let a few of those get away yesterday against Ohio State. Got to be able to pick those up.
Boyd smack-talking McKinney, who then slips around a screen. Rapp guards Trey. Underhand shovel, right point Burnett. Drives in right lane line on Blackwell, who does not permit that. Back to McKinney. Jab step. Shoots a 3 over Rapp. It's short off the front rim. Rebound loose. Picked up Garlock, and then a bump foul called on Yax. Any bench boost from Wisconsin is a huge spot for them because all 5 of their starters played at least 38 minutes yesterday, and their Garlock coaxing Yax's first foul, and the team's second certainly noteworthy.
Yeah, you almost get a feel of this game. The team that makes the least mistakes come out victorious because Michigan not able to come up with that 50-50 ball results in a Wisconsin Badgers 3-point shot.
Some subs as Wisconsin shuffles players in and out. Nick Boyd brings into the forecourt with Carrington, Bieljauskas, Blackwell and the ball handler Hayden Jones, the pride of New Zealand. 6-6 the score, 12:53 to play first half in the Big Ten semis. Bieljauskas, right side, it's Blackwell. Timer at 10. Blackwell around his screen, hoist straight on three, got it. And you weren't going to be able to keep Boyd and Blackwell scoreless for too long. Back-to-back trifectas, Badgers 9, Michigan 6.
And that's what they do best, is being able to knock down those three-point shots.
Right wing Lendeborg sizes up Carrington, looking for some help, gets it on a screen from Mara. Lob up toward Mara, went for a volleyball tap, no, but it deflects to Cadeau. Feed to McKinney, extra feed, Cadeau slices in a three from the left corner, a little bit behind the backboard. Oh, what a touch feed from McKinney, 9-9. 12-12 left first half, and a duplicate first half here in the Big Ten tournament. Blackwell lob it up. Bieljauskas strokes it straight on three, rattles it home. Bieljauskas with his 26th three of the year, 6 of them against Michigan. It's 12-9 Badgers. Left wing McKinney, rebuttal three, airborne, and it's an air ball out of bounds. Wisconsin's ball when we come back. Wolverines a 12-9 deficit on the Badgers, 11:53 to play first half. And that Elliot Cadeau three-pointer moments ago is brought to you by Citgo top-tier Tri-Clean gasoline. Michigan fans, when you start with Citgo, you're good to go. But Bieljauskas, Blackwell, and Boyd all with a three for the Badgers. They lead U of M 12-9, 11:53 before halftime on the Michigan Sports Network from Learfield.
Here's a club you'll want to get into, Club Citgo. It's the super easy app that opens the door to great fuel savings and more. Sign up and instantly save 23 cents per gallon on your first fill-up, plus everyday savings that really add up. You can also enter our sweepstakes with multiple winners and giveaways, like free gas for a year. And Club Citgo makes paying easy with a convenient mobile pay feature. So welcome to the club where all the action is. Download Club Citgo today. Savings good up to 30 gallons, only at participating locations. Data rates may apply.
Hey Wolverine fans, it's college basketball season, and SeatGeek is the official ticket marketplace of Alley-Oops. SeatGeek makes it easy to find tickets so you can be a part of all the courtside action this season. Whether you're buying or selling tickets to Michigan basketball games or to any other live event in your area, SeatGeek is the place to do it. SeatGeek is the official ticket marketplace of the Michigan Wolverines. Let's go Wolverines! SeatGeek.
Honey, did you pay the rent this month? Because I just received a late notice.
Sorry, what's that?
Wait, are you gambling online again?
Me? No, not at all.
If managing the bills and your betting has become a challenge, self-excluding from online gambling or sports betting might be for you. Learn more at don'tregretthebet.org. A message from the Michigan Gaming Control Board. Have a gambling problem? Call the National Problem Gambling Helpline at 1-800-GAMBLER.
From the biggest of the big games to the littlest of the little.
There you go. Go!
Run, James!
No. First base!
Go, go, go! Whenever you shop Meijer, you help support hundreds of local sports teams across the Midwest. From some of the biggest stadiums in the state to the familiar fields down the street. You're helping make a difference to the people and places you call home. Learn more at Meijer.com/community.
Wisconsin an early 12-9 lead, 11:53 to play here in this first half. Brian Bush, Terry Mills, Tony Butler, and Rob Joyce on hand. Listen to all things college sports, including live games and talk on SiriusXM College Sports Radio, Channel 84, and streaming on the SiriusXM app. Well, Terry, Michigan held Wisconsin to misses on 9 of its first 10 shots, but then Boyd, Blackwell, Bieljauskas, the Killer Bees in Ann Arbor back in January with 3 consecutive threes. What did you see on those possessions?
Well, I'll tell you what, they're 4 of 7 from 3 right now. But adds up to script. 52% of their shots come from 3, so Michigan's got to be able to push up on that three-point line. I mean, 7 of their 13 shots have came from the three-point line. So
Badgers hit almost 12 threes a game. Their 11.6 rate would be a Big Ten record if it holds. Badgers with the basketball. Carrington in between the circles, drifts right lane line, takes it strong, high floater, blocked by Gale, but a foul. And if that's on Elliot Cadeau, it's his second. He was around there defensively at the 11:38 mark of this first half. It is indeed on Cadeau. The 13th time this year Cadeau has picked up multiple fouls in the first half. And here is a lengthy stretch where Michigan will be without not just Elliott Cadeau, but obviously the injured L.J. Kaysen, which Michigan, before Kaysen's ACL injury, had only played 5 minutes in Big Ten play with neither Kaysen nor Cadeau on the floor. First free throw, Carrington up and strong for the 78%er. And Cadeau, for now, heads to the bench with those 2 fouls, and Yaxel Lendeborg returns. Still 12-9 Wisconsin, 11:38 to play first half. Michigan has McKinney, Gale, Johnson, and Mara along the lane lines. Second free throw good. Carrington splits the pair. And it's 13-9 Wisconsin. First multi-possession lead for either side. McKinney into the forecourt. Around a modest hedge from Mara. Adai has it at the point. Adai led Michigan with a team-high 17 yesterday. Lendeborg whips a one-arm pass left wing McKinney. Feed the post Mara. One-on-one against Bieljauskas. Carrington shading some help. Flip back McKinney. Timer at 8. Head of the key Lendeborg. Right wing Gale around a modest screen. There from Yax. Gale trudges into the paint. High floater over Bieljauskas. Pops out of there. And then a foul. And it's coming on the floor against Wisconsin. The bump on Braden Carrington, the senior's first, Badgers' third of the half.
I tell you, Michigan has had their share of buckets bounce in and out. Just got to continue to be aggressive, and eventually those will start to fall.
And correction, Carrington has 2, so some issue there is Nick Boyd. A brief respite for Boyd. He's back out there on the floor for Wisconsin. Dusty May, Michigan's head coach, highlighted Carrington as one of the non-Boyd or Blackwell players who has made an impression on him. Inbound, intercepted, bad pass, Gale looking for Johnson, deflected Rhodey, and here comes Nick Boyd for Wisconsin. Badgers up 13-9, 9 minutes into this first half. Boyd has Mara on a switch, crosses over, steps back, shoots a 3, blocked by Mara. His second triple he's blocked here today. Deflects to Gale. Michigan left to right down for Gale all the way. Straight up the shoot. Laid it up and in. Shades of Trey Donaldson, but going the other way. From last year in the semis, 13-11 Wisconsin.
You know about the solid defense by Mara. On probably the quickest guy out on the floor.
Wolverines already with 3 blocks. Right baseline Blackwell. Pitch it out left point Bieljauskas. Jumping past Blackwell. Shot fake. Got Mara off his shoes. Blackwell spinning. Leaves straight on. Wide open Bieljauskas 3. Got it again. Bieljauskas loves shooting against Michigan, 16-11 Badgers.
Yeah, you would think that because he has been in a drought after he left Ann Arbor, and all of a sudden he's starting to make it.
Gale in between the circles, McKinney. Over to the right corner, Lendeborg. Just 0 for 1 from the floor is Yak so far. Dump it down, Mara leans in, flutters it up there. No, hit the front iron, backboard and out. Rebound by Hayden Jones for the Badgers, who lead by 5, 9:53 to play first half. Blackwell leans into Gale, who forces the offensive foul. Along the baseline, whistled by Larry Scarato. John Blackwell disagrees, looks over toward the media to say, hey, that wasn't the right call. Not sure what that would do, but in any event, it is Michigan's basketball. First foul on Blackwell.
Yeah, what I'm seeing in Michigan on the defensive end, when they're getting those threes, is they got to be able to finish plays, if you will. Initially, they're getting that stop, but once that ball gets in the paint and it's being kicked
Boyd picks the pocket of McKinney. Boyd, clean runway for a left-hand lay-in. 18-11 Badgers. Michigan coughs it up for a 6th time. 4 of them are on Nick Boyd steals. McKinney around a screen from Johnson. Over to the left corner, Roddy Gale Jr. angles in on Rhodey, pivots, leans, passes back to Johnson. Over now Will Cheddar, left corner into the ball game for the first time. Right side Gale, pass deflected by Rhodey. High to the right, Gale, shot clock at 8. Gale, right baseline, spins into a double, feed out Cheddar, shot fake, steps to the left, shoots a 3, swishes it down. Will Cheddar, he's only scored 4 or less in his last 10. A big 3 there. 18-14 Michigan within 4 of the Badgers.
Yeah, Michigan needed that shot in the arm there. Good patience by the Wolverines.
Then Gale steals it from Rapp. 1-on-1. Gale leads, banks. No, but he's going to the line for 2. Wolverines with Roddy Gale doing a little Nick Boyd impression there. He earns a couple of free throws.
I'll tell you, Roddy Gale's energy alone is something that the Wolverines can definitely pick up off of because he's picking up charges on one end, stealing the basketball on the other.
Foul on Rapp, whom Gale fleeced before earning these 2 free throws. 18-14 Badgers, 8:55 to play first half. Gale strokes it, and rattled it in. Boy, that hit every part of the rim before popcorning down 18-15. Wolverines within 3. Talked plenty about the Nick Boyd motivation, but John Blackwell, of course, the pride of Bloomfield Hills, Brother Rice High School star, third-teamer in the Big Ten. He is an outstanding player. McKinney from Orchard Lake St. Mary's and Flint, Michigan. He leaves. Namari Burnett returns. Gale's second. This one a clean swish. 18-16. Michigan cuts it to 2. But of course, Bieljauskas, the leading scorer in the ballgame for either side with 6. He has it high to the right for the Cardinal-clad Badgers, trying to get to the championship game of this event from the 5-seed spot for a 3rd straight year. That's what you call consistency. Rapp vacates Boyd, center circle with 7. 1-on-1 against Yaks. Popcorn-type matchup here. Here's Boyd into the paint, got away with a walk. No, he didn't. Late whistle from Mike Littlewood, but a little slip as if we were watching Blackhawks hockey here at the United Center. And the Badgers cough it up for a 6th time. That is already one shy of their high here in this event. For the season, not all time, but Badgers don't turn it over very much. 3rd lowest turnover rate nationally entering play today. Gale with his maize jersey slightly untucked on the right side. Feed right side Cheddar. Lob at Johnson. 8:12 to play first half. Michigan trailing the Badgers 18-16. Rez to Lendeborg high to the left. Angles into the left block. Kick out toward Gale. And Gale saves it, then lost it, deflected out of bounds. Rhodey pestered Gale, and Gale was the one to touch it last before it hit the baseline. Michigan's 7th turnover, yet those have only led to 2 Badgers points. 18-16 Wisconsin, 7:55 to play first half. Media stoppage, next dead ball here in the Big Ten semis. Rematch of last year's title game. Blackwell jump stop in the lane, jumping past Rhodey. Extra feed, Bieljauskas, heat check, contested 3 over. Johnson rattles home. And it's 21-16 Wisconsin. Alexis Bieljauskas has scored 26 against Michigan in 52 game minutes.
Yeah, and all he can do is smile because I'll tell you what, he's been in a drought. And all of a sudden you face the Wolverines and he's red hot once again.
Left wing Burnett jogs into the paint. Kick it right corner Gale. Guarded closely and then upended by Rhodey, who had a deflection but then couldn't corral it and then took Roddy Gale Jr. up and under. And Gale is in some pain over in front of us. Roddy Gale Jr. near sideline, in some pain. Chris Williams, Michigan's trainer, hustles over. And that is most certainly noteworthy for a Michigan team that has been banged up with LJ Kaysen's injury. Gale pops back up, walks under his own power back to the Michigan bench. We'll keep an eye on that with 7:17 to play first half. Badgers 21, Wolverines 16. This is Michigan basketball from Learfield.
When prenatal surgery is your baby's best chance. When your sight is set on gene therapy for retinal disease. When a new airway is what you need to keep breathing. Only Michigan answers. With specialized treatment options that aren't available anywhere else in Michigan, we provide the nationally recognized care you need without having to travel out of state. Learn how University of Michigan Health answers the call at michigananswers.org.
The excitement, the passion, the tradition.
And the Wolverines win the Big Ten Tournament Championship, and they forge a lifelong bond.
This is Michigan basketball from Learfield.
I'm a pretty great multitasker. I can wash dishes and do laundry. I can roller skate while walking my dog. I can even order lunch while doing my homework. But I can't use my phone while driving. A distracted driver is one of the leading causes of death in the United States. So when it comes to driving, please, don't be a multitasker.
Don't drive distracted. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
How serious is youth vaping? Irreversible lung damage serious. 1 in 10 kids vape serious, which warrants a serious conversation from a serious parental figure like yourself. Not the seriously know-it-all sports dad or the seriously smart podcaster. It requires a serious conversation that is best had by you. No, seriously, the best person to talk to your child about vaping is you. To start the conversation, visit talkaboutvaping.org. Brought to you by the American Lung Association and the Ad Council.
Wisconsin sticking to the script in terms of how they generate their offense, leading Michigan 21-16 with 7:17 to play in the first half. And Terry Mills, 6 for 10 from 3, 1 of 7 from 2. You don't normally see that paradox, but the Badgers, they've come out blazing from deep.
Yeah, well, I tell you what, they've been shooting the ball extremely well during this tournament. So what Michigan's going to have to pay close attention to is those three-point shooters. We said that this team wasn't all about Blackwell and Boyd. You know, I mean, you got complementary players. Michigan's doing a good job at keeping them out of the paint, not letting them score at the rim, but you got to be able to close out on shooters.
Alexis Bielyauskas, who had 17 in the Badgers win in Ann Arbor in January, already more points than he has had in any game in this event so far, at 8 against Washington 2 days ago, 6 against Illinois yesterday. Good news for Michigan, Roddy Gale Jr., who spilled to the deck before the media timeout. He's not only all right, but he's back in the ballgame, inbounding for Michigan with Lendeborg, Johnson, Cheddar, and Burnett on the floor. Gale chucks it up toward Burnett, and he retrieves it just in front of that center line. Michigan gets to work offensively. Skip Cheddar, lob right wing Gale. Fakes a pass right, surveys the scene, lob over to left wing. Here's a three, Burnett airborne, barely grazed front rim. Easy rebound, Nick Boyd on a skip. Darts his way right to left to Carrington in front of the Michigan bench. Burnett with a reach in, and he bumped and hacked Carrington for Namari's first foul, and the Wolverines' fourth. Badgers have 6.
Yeah, that's not necessary by Namari. I mean, that's just a frustration foul. I thought that ball should have been swung right over one more time to Will Cheddar, who was in the corner wide open.
Yeah, that time Michigan declined a great shot for a good shot. Inbound Bielyauskas, underhand shovel Nick Boyd. Boyd and Blackwell coming in had scored all but 50 of Wisconsin's 176 points in this event. High to the right side. Hayden Jones has it. Right wing Carrington, shot clock at 6. Drives into the paint, lobs it up there. It was basically a pass to Cheddar. That thing was closer to the basket when he triggered the shot than when it landed in Will Cheddar's fingers. Left side Gale, lob it up, caught by Lendeborg. Went up for a layup, no. Blocked away by Bielyauskas. Deflects to Johnson. Shot fake. Burnett, right corner, step back 3. Nowhere close, but Burnett saves the rebound. Flicks it out toward Johnson, right point. Back to Maury, right corner 3. It's short again. Rebound Carrington, and Burnett is 0 of 5 from deep to start.
Yeah, I tell you, he's got to get his legs into those shots. I mean, they're shooting them flat. Doesn't have any lift in those shots.
Came in 9 for 19 in the Big Ten tournament in his career from deep. 0 of 5 today. High to the right side, Boyd with 5:54 to play here in this first half. Wisconsin a 21-16 lead. Boyd shoots a 3 over Cheddar, right wing. Front rim, backboard and out. Rebound Burnett for Michigan. Head up, slithers his way to the left point. Push packs Lendeborg, who's 0 for 2 today. Straight on Johnson, hoists a 3. Misses it off to the left. Rebound Boyd. U of M is 2 of 12 from deep. Boyd at the paint. Give it off. Carrington line drive straight on 3. Bricks it. Backboard left rim out. Rebound Gale for Michigan. Flip right corner. Lendeborg tries 3. It's off the heel. And Cheddar, while being yanked down, tapped it back. Carrington grabs it. Laid it up and a chase down block from Yaks. Ball don't lie there. Deflects to Gale. Give it back Burnett. Crosses over and he walks with it. Turnover Michigan. Yeah, this game's had it all except for consistent makes.
Yeah, I tell you, Michigan is on an offensive end that is making it difficult. They're almost kind of one pass away from passing up a good shot to a great shot. So
21-16 Wisconsin. We haven't seen a point in this game for 2.5 minutes. We're at the 5:08 mark of this first half. Boyd around a Garlock screen. Nick Boyd, 5 points, 2 of 8 shooting so far. Michigan's defense has been strong. Badgers shooting just 33%. Blackwell with it, high to the left wing. Gets Mara on him on a switch. Blackwell to the Big Ten logo. Jump stop, fades away over Mara, swishes it down. John Blackwell with a tough 2. 23-16 Badgers, 4:44 before halftime. Mara, shovel it to McKinney, and he's bumped and fouled by Blackwell. That's number 2 on the former Brother Rice star. And it's team foul 7, so Trey McKinney, who has connected on 19 consecutive free throws, heads of the line for a 1-and-1 with the Wolverines trailing Wisconsin 23-16, 4:39 left first half. McKinney, 2 points, a board, and an assist in 7 minutes so far. Played his second most minutes of the season yesterday against Ohio State. McKinney's first rattles home, earns him a second. Wolverines within a half dozen, 23-17. Michigan's postseason journey is presented by Meijer. With your help, we can provide meals to our hungry neighbors through Simply Give. Whenever you shop Meijer, you help people in your community to work, to play, to live, and to learn. Learn more at MeijerCommunity.com. McKinney bends the knees, shoots it up, and swishes that one down. Make it 21 straight from the line for Michigan star freshman Trey McKinney. Wolverines trim it to 5, 23-18 Badgers, 4:36 left first half. Nick Boyd jaunts his way into the forecourt, a young man who plays with his heart on his sleeve. Lob it up, Blackwell, wide open, 25-foot three, good. You have to defend these guys from the half-court line, 26-18 Badgers.
Michigan is just not finishing those defensive plays.
Gale, high banker, right block, no. Loose ball, Gale fights for it, went back up, thought he got fouled, and it was stripped away, picked up by Boyd. Feed left wing, wrap open three over Cheddar, way off to the right, back tap, rebound from Johnson, really front tap underneath the cup to Mara, Michigan's basketball. Inside of 4 minutes to play first half, 26-18 Badgers. McKinney, lob it up, Mara, underhand shovel Johnson, wheels into the paint. Euros had it blocked but a foul. And the Badgers disagree with that one, and I don't know if I totally disagree. But 2 free throws coming up for Morez Johnson Jr. as the Wolverines try to churn out of the mud offensively. Wolverines 5 of 22 shooting. That's 23%. They trail the only team in the Big Ten who's knocked them off this year, Wisconsin, 26-18. 3:52 left before intermission here on the Michigan Sports Network from Learfield.
Nothing says home like Aunt Millie's. Whether it's in your cupboard, at your local Meijer, or even at Chrysler Center. From pregame breakfast, tailgate sliders, or postgame victory food, Aunt Millie's is baking memories from their family to yours. Pick up all your Aunt Millie's favorites at your local store, or grab a hot dog or hamburger at Chrysler Center to see what we're all about. Aunt Millie's, closer to home.
Shoot, score, and win a share of $106,000 in cash and premium play at Saginaw Eagles Landing Casino and Hotel. Fridays and Saturdays in March from 12 p.m. to 10 p.m., 2 guests are drawn each hour to compete in a head-to-head shootout. Then at 11 p.m., 1 lucky guest will receive $4,500 in cash and prizes. Only at Saginaw Eagles Landing Casino and Hotel. Real fun, real friendly. Visit Saginaw-EaglesLanding.com for complete rules and details.
Wolverine basketball and great beers go together like an alley-oop and slam dunk. Founders Brewing Company is a proud sponsor of Michigan Athletics and has been brewing up high-quality, highly rated beers like All Day IPA, Michigan Pilsner, and their hazy IPA Mortal Bloom right here in Michigan for over 25 years. Whether you're cheering from your couch or at Chrysler Center, these beers are perfect to celebrate every Michigan win all season long. Learn more about Founders and where to find your go-to game day beer at foundersbrewing.com.
When you have a gambling problem, you have a money problem.
10 gallons of gas, cash or credit?
Yesterday's lottery ticket won't fill up your tank. Because when you're feeding a gambling problem...
Okay, your grocery total is $98.
It's difficult putting food on the table, paying your bills, and keeping your life together. If you or a loved one is struggling with gambling, get free confidential help at michigan.gov/problemgambling. A message from the Michigan Department of Health and Human Services.
Badgers with their largest lead right now. Wisconsin 26, Michigan 18, 3:52 to play in this first half. Brian Bush, Terry Mills, Tony Butler, Rob Joyce for this Big Ten tournament semifinal. Well, of course, yesterday Michigan got off to a great start. They led by 11 against Ohio State, a little bit past the midway point of the first half. And Terry, they made their first 4 from deep. Since then, Michigan in this event is 3 for 26 from downtown. Have you liked the looks?
The looks are there, but I mean, out of all that has went wrong, I mean, Michigan's got to continue to invest in that defensive area. Right now, the looks are there. I think Michigan's going to have to move that ball around a little bit and play inside out as opposed to just throwing it around on the perimeter, taking those shots.
Be sure to subscribe to the official podcast of Michigan Athletics, Go Blue Podcast. Wide range of audio content for you there, including wall-to-wall coverage of Michigan basketball on Defend the Block. And this week, head coach Kyle Whittingham of Michigan football on In the Trenches, presented by Meyer. Go Blue Podcast. Subscribe on Apple, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts. Morez Johnson Jr. at the stripe for the maize-clad Wolverines. 30-2 in this regular season, plus a game in the postseason now. Rez out there with Mara, Lendeborg, McKinney, and Cheddar. We have not seen Elliot Cadeau since he picked up his second foul back early on in the half. First free throw from Johnson, up and good.
Yeah, well, Elliot's going to have to learn on how valuable he is to this team and not get himself in those type of situations.
It was at the 11:38 mark, that second foul. One more for Rez, airborne and a swish. Michigan trims the deficit to a half dozen, 26-20 Wisconsin. Badgers have Boyd, Rapp, Carrington, Bieljauskas, and Rohde on the floor, so a rare respite for John Blackwell, who has 8, one shy of Bieljauskas for the Badgers' lead. Michigan's leading scorers have 4, McKinney, Johnson, and Gale. Left side Rohde, timer at 10. Crosses over on Cheddar, tipped away by Cheddar, and it deflects to Johnson. Will Cheddar comes up with his 4th steal of the year.
Man, you think that all that is wrong for the Wolverines, they're right there.
McKinney right elbow, backpedals, has Rapp on him defensively on a switch. Right elbow Johnson, shot clock halfway gone. Johnson jab step, leans in on Bieljauskas. Pivots right block, pitch out McKinney. Strokes a right point 3 and swishes it down. Michigan's 3rd and 14 tries today. Trey McKinney, wise beyond his years, cuts Michigan's deficit to 3, 26-23, 3 minutes first half.
Yeah, how about the way that 3 came? Inside out, just what I talked about.
Rapp rebuttal left point 3. It's off the heel, rebound Cheddar. He wants to push near sideline left to right. Michigan with it. Cheddar hit a 3 earlier. Dishes off Johnson. Fake a handoff, Lendeborg, give McKinney. Ponders a heat check from 25, doesn't take it. Crosses over left, angles left baseline, takes it underneath the cup, working on Carrington. Pitch Cheddar, one dribble, goes up strong. Baker, no, a lot of contact. Cheddar didn't get the whistle. Rebound, Wisconsin. One hop pass, right side Rohde to Bieljauskas, and the Badgers settle in. 2:20 to play first half, 26-23 Wisconsin in the Big Ten semis. Rematch of last year's title tilt in Indianapolis. Boyd jogging left point, shot clock to 10. Boyd against Cheddar, leans in, vacates Rohde, shot fake right pocket, wheels his way in, spins back out with 4. Rohde with 3 on the timer, has to pump fake, now shoot one up. No, Bieljauskas then got a deflection, trying a hook shot from the right wing, and if he hit that, I'd have just given the win to Wisconsin with how Bieljauskas' shot against Michigan, but the 24-foot hook shot from 3 as the shot clock expired. No dice. Michigan gets the turnover.
Yeah, you ask yourself, the way Michigan's shooting the basketball, how are they in this game? They're doing it on the defensive end.
At the point, Lendeborg chugs his way right block. High banker, nope, too strong. Rebound Rapp. Good contest from Bieljauskas. Badgers the rebound. 26-23 Wisconsin, 100 seconds to play here in this first half. Boyd in between the rings. Angles left, takes it to the left lane line. Pitch back right side. Extra feed right corner 3. Carrington up and short. Johnson cleans up the weak side board for Michigan. 1:23 before intermission. 26-23 Badgers. Cheddar feed the post Mara. Working against Bieljauskas. Backs him down with a few left-handed skips. Now pivots, floats, scores. Yes, they're going to count it to foul. Oh, it was a late decision from Larry Scarrato. Almost looked like he was to stay on the floor. Changed his mind in real time. And Adai Mara has a chance to tie this thing up. 26-25 Badgers. 7 straight for the Maize and Blue.
Yeah, I like the fact that Michigan is starting to punch it inside. I know a lot of times that kind of takes away from that up-tempo, if you will. Michigan, that's how they had to win the game yesterday, was playing through the post.
Adai Mara, remember, he didn't get going for a little while. But once he did, Mara was brilliant. With a team-high 17 points. Mara at the free throw line. Shoots, missed it short. Rare miss for Mara as of late. Over his last 16, shooting almost 70% after the first 16 games. He was barely above 40%. Rebound Badgers, who still lead by 1. 1:03 left before the end of the first half. Boyd Drifts to the right side, has Lendeborg on a switch, requests a Bieljauskas hedge, takes off, drives left lane line, floats it up there. No, it's an air ball. Good contest. Mara, rebound Lendeborg. Push pass up ahead, McKinney. Michigan can take the lead on this trip. McKinney, shoulders in. No, a lot of contact. Play on. Carrington with good defense. Rebound, Wisconsin. Boyd, Euros in the lane. Reverses and scores. A brilliant play from the sixth-year Nick Boyd. Wow, 28-25 Wisconsin. Timeout Michigan and Dusty May. Holy cow.
Yeah, what a turn of events there. I mean,
that was as athletic and crafty of a play as you'll see from Nick Boyd, splitting two dynamite all Big Ten defensive players in Morez Johnson Jr. and Yaxel Lendeborg, snapping a missing field goal streak of 6 for Wisconsin. Boyd up to 7, but it's taken him 10 shots to get there. None, though, had the level of difficulty that one just did.
Yeah, well, he's had to earn them. There's no doubt about it. I mean, Michigan has made it difficult on him.
28-25 Badgers. Michigan called that timeout, but I do think at least a little bit of time ticked off. Wolverines trying to get a chance at one more offensive possession. Right now, the game clock stands at 36.1. Jeffrey Anderson over at the scorer's table taking a look. Dusty so elite at those use it or lose it timeouts. See if any time does get added. With the Wolverines down 28-25. Same margin of defeat the Wolverines succumb to against the Badgers in Ann Arbor. 92-89. That was also 92-89. The score yesterday in overtime for Wisconsin. Beating Illinois. No time added. Michigan past the timeline. Now they'll try to bleed as much clock as they can. Cheddar with it right side. Fakes a pass right, picked up the dribble, right corner, Gale. Shot clock at 13. Push pass Gale, right corner, up fake, probes, lob it up, caught by McKinney with 7 on the timer. Left corner, Lendeborg. He tries a line drive, 3, and knocks it down. And we're deadlocked at 28. 8 seconds to play first half. Boyd gets the inbound, jogs his way past the timeline with 3, with 2 right side, takes it in on Gale, fades away right baseline, nowhere close. And after all that, Michigan shoots 27% in the first half. Yet we're no better than when we started at 12:07 here in Chicago, 28-28. Let's visit with assistant coach Akeem Miskadeen here on this halftime show. And for that, we turn things over to Terry Mills.
Yeah, Coach Miskadeen, with all being said, us coming out shooting 27% and had this game deadlocked, what does that say about your defense?
I mean, that's why we're one of the best defensive teams in the country. We rely on our defense, bad offensive performance, but our defense came through, especially the last 4 minutes of the game.
Yeah, what have you seen on their three-point shooting? We know they're an elite three-point shooting team. Half of their shots come from three-point. What have you seen? It just seems like right at the end, they seem to be getting some wide-open looks.
We're over-helping a little bit too much. Once they get downhill, we got to peel switch. And our guards, if they get beat downhill, our bigs got to rotate and take the ball. The guard got to go up top or wherever the big pops at. And he has to take it, and we got to get out there with some urgency.
Well, thanks for your time, Coach. Good luck in the second half.
Thanks, C. Mills. Thanks, Brian.
Thank you, Brian.
Thank you very much, Terry. Thanks to Akeem Miskadeen as well. Michigan and Wisconsin all square at 28 per side here at halftime. Wolverines shoot 27%, 4 of 15 from deep, but they limit Wisconsin to 32% shooting. It's a barn burner, reminiscent of last year when Michigan rallied from down 11 to win the tournament championship over the Badgers 59-53. Stay tuned for our halftime show. Rob Joyce brings you some of the highlights. There were a few in there, along with a check of the out-of-town scoreboard on the penultimate day before the NCAA tournament. 28 all, Michigan and Wisconsin. This is Wolverines basketball from Learfield.
Hey Michigan fans, this is Trey McKinney of Michigan basketball. Spring is just around the corner. Is your outdoor living area ready for a championship performance this season? As the official decking and railing partner of Michigan Athletics, TimberTech is here to help upgrade your space. It looks like real wood, but won't rot, warp, or splinter, and comes with industry-leading warranties. Order free samples at TimberTech.com. That's TimberTech.com. Go Blue.
People can't have access to quality medical care without affordable health insurance. At Blue Cross Blue Shield of Michigan, we understand increasing health insurance costs are becoming more of a strain on the budgets of the businesses and people we serve. Affordability matters. It affects real families, real decisions, and real care. That's why at Blue Cross, we're dedicated to finding solutions. To learn about this critical issue and our efforts to make healthcare affordable for all, visit mibluedaily.com/affordability today.
A quick 60-second local timeout, then more Wolverines basketball. This is the Michigan Sports Network from Learfield.
It's Truck Month with the Ford Crew.
Care for a Truck Month trivia contest, Sam?
Oh, you know I can't resist, Hank.
Okay, fact. Truck Month happens only once a year.
Fact. It's the best time to buy a new Ford truck.
Fact. Ford F-Series is the best-selling lineup of trucks in America for 49 years.
Fact. America loves Ford Truck Month.
Fact. I agree with that fact.
Based on 1977 to 2025 CY Industry reported total sales.
Easy Plan customers who trade in their current vehicle can lease a 2025 F-150 Hybrid Super Crew for $339 a month for 36 months with $2,329 cash due at signing. Payment includes waived security deposit, excludes title, taxes, and license fees. Not all buyers will qualify for low-mileage Ford Credit Red Carpet Lease. Cash due at signing is after $4,500 in incentives. Offer only valid on Package 200A. Take new retail delivery from an authorized Ford dealer stock by March 31st. Lease a 2025 F-150 Hybrid for only $339 a month. Think Ford first.
Welcome to the Michigan Basketball Halftime Show. Analysis, highlights, and stats from the first 20 minutes are on the way. Now, here's your host, Rob Joyce.
Rock fight in Chicago, Michigan, Wisconsin deadlocked at 28 at the break as we look back at the first half highlights, and it was sloppy from the start. Michigan opened 1 of 6 with 3 turnovers. Wisconsin 1 of 8 with 2 giveaways. It was 3-2 Badgers 5 minutes in, and much like yesterday, Trey McKinney gave Michigan some instant offense off the bench, made a jumper, gave the Wolverines the lead. D held the Badgers scoreless for over 4.5 minutes early before a triple tied the game at 6 over 7 minutes in. That was our score, 6-6. Points were hard to come by early. Eventually, the pace did pick up. Teams traded threes. The first 5 Wisconsin field goals were from beyond the arc. 12-9 the score at the under 12. Then right out of it, Elliot Cadeau picked up his second foul. He sat for the final 11:38 of the first half. Midway through the half, it was 16-11 Badgers. Michigan opened 4 for 15 from the floor, trailed by 7, 18-11 after a Nick Boyd turnover for touchdown. Then Michigan started to claw back. Will Cheddar a 3 with a catalyst to pull to within 2. Wisconsin, though, was feeling it early from beyond the arc.
Blackwell jump stop in the lane, jumping past Rhodey. Extra feed, Bielyauskas, heat check, contested 3 over. Johnson rattles home. And it's 21-16 Wisconsin. Alexis Bielyauskas has scored 26 against Michigan in 52 game minutes.
Badgers were 6 of 10 from deep at this point, however, made just 1 of their final 7. It was 21-16 Badgers at the under 8. Stayed that way for a while. The teams went on extended scoring drought at the same time. Badgers got back on the board, took an 8-point lead, 26-18 into the under 4. Michigan, at this point, over 6 minutes without a field goal, facing its largest deficit, would have an answer. 7 straight, including a Trey McKinney 3, makes it a 1-point game. A wild Nick Boyd finish. It's 28-25 Badgers late in the half. Then despite trailing for most of that half, we ultimately have a deadlock at intermission.
Probes, lob it up, caught by McKinney with 7 on the timer. Left corner Lendeborg, he tries a line drive, 3 and knocks it down. And we're deadlocked at 28. 8 seconds to play first half. Boyd gets the inbound, jogs his way past the timeline with 3. With 2 right side, takes it in on Gale, fades away right baseline, nowhere close.
Michigan shoots 27% in the first half, but Wisconsin just 32% itself, and it's 28-all at the half. Halftime show continues. We'll take another look at scores on Championship Saturday for much of the country in college basketball. This is Michigan basketball from Learfield.
For comprehensive coverage of college basketball, tune to Sirius XM College Sports Radio Channel 84 in the car and on the Sirius XM app.
For the win! Got it! Let's go!
Sirius XM is the home of your favorite team and conference, including live games, plus interviews and analysis.
He's got it!
So cheer along with the Sirius XM app and listen to your favorite team anywhere. Get a free trial at SiriusXM.com/College Sports Radio 2025.
Michigan fans,
Choose Chill. Coors Light is cold lagered, cold filtered, and cold packaged for a smoother finish. It's got that crisp, refreshing taste that makes those moments when you choose to rise above the noise and choose chill even better. Coors Light is a proud sponsor of Michigan Athletics, so crack one open and take a sip. Coors Light. Choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2025 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. Beer.
Today's game is brought to you by Progressive Commercial Insurance, protecting your business vehicles 24/7. See if you can save at progressivecommercial.com. This is the Michigan Sports Network from Learfield.
And here's Heather with the weather.
Well, it's beautiful out there, sunny and 75, almost a little chilly in the shade. Now, let's get a read on the inside of your car. It is hot. You've only been parked a short time and it's already 99 degrees in there. Let's not leave children in the back seat while running errands. It only takes a few minutes for their body temperatures to rise, and that could be fatal.
Cars get hot, fast, and can be deadly. Never leave a child in a car. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
You took the first step and quit smoking, but even former smokers may still be at risk for lung cancer. That's why SaveByTheScan.org wants you to know about a new low-dose CT scan that can detect lung cancer early. It takes only 60 seconds and could save your life. You took the first step, now take the next. Visit SaveByTheScan.org for a simple quiz to see if you're eligible and talk to your doctor about screening. SaveByTheScan.org is brought to you by the American Lung Association's Lung Force Initiative and the Ad Council.
This copyrighted broadcast is an exclusive presentation of Learfield under the broadcasting rights granted by the University of Michigan. Reuse of this presentation is prohibited without the express written consent of the University of Michigan and Learfield. Announcers are provided by Learfield and approved by the University of Michigan.
Michigan and Wisconsin tied at 28 at the half. Time for another check of scores. We are the first semifinal in Chicago. The winner of our game will get either Purdue or UCLA in tomorrow's championship game. Boilermakers and Bruins tip off about a half hour after our game ends. Bruins without leading scorer Tyler Bilodeau as the senior got hurt in yesterday's win over Nebraska. Head coach Mick Cronin saying it would be, quote, a miracle for him to play today. For both teams, it's their third game in as many days. Nationally, one other semifinal game going on in the SEC. Top seed Florida, winners of 13 straight, down 13 at the half, trailing Vanderbilt 47-34. Second semifinal to follow, featuring Arkansas against the 15 seed Ole Miss. Rebels lost 12 of their final 13 regular season games, have won 3 in a row this week to get to the semis. By the way, between SEC games, the Women's Basketball Selection Committee will reveal in ABC order the top 16 teams for the NCAA tournament who will host the first 2 rounds. Michigan will be amongst that list. The other power leagues in the championship game, 6 o'clock. Top 5 battle decides the Big 12. Arizona plays Houston. 6:30 Big East comes down to the top 2 seeds, St. John's and UConn, a rubber match. The team split in the regular season. 8:30 Duke looks to repeat in the ACC, taking on Virginia. Now let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is Michigan basketball from Learfield. 28 all at the half. Michigan and Wisconsin. Brian, a look at a fairly ugly first half box score next. This is Michigan basketball from Learfield.
Champions Circle is the leading Michigan athletics fan engagement community. We connect fans with once-in-a-lifetime experiences, produce public and private events, offer club memberships, and operate an online retail store, selling exclusive apparel, trading cards, autographs, and other memorabilia featuring Michigan student athletes. To become a member or learn more about how you can support your favorite Michigan student athletes, visit championscircleUofM.com. Champions Circle is a proud sponsor of University of Michigan Athletics.
It's Truck Month with the Ford Crew.
Care for a Truck Month trivia contest, Sam?
Oh, you know I can't resist, Hank.
Okay, fact. Truck Month happens only once a year.
Fact. It's the best time to buy a new Ford truck.
Fact. Ford F-Series is the best-selling lineup of trucks in America for 49 years.
Fact. America loves Ford Truck Month.
Fact. I agree with that fact.
Based on 1977 to 2025 CY Industry reported total sales.
Easy Plan customers who trade in their current vehicle can lease a 2025 F-150 Hybrid Super Crew for $339 a month for 36 months with $2,329 cash due at signing. Payment includes waived security deposit, excludes title, taxes, and license fees. Not all buyers will qualify for low-mileage Ford Credit Red Carpet Lease. Cash due at signing is after $4,500 in incentives. Offer only valid on Package 200A. Take new retail delivery from from an authorized Ford dealer stock by March 31st. Lease a 2025 F-150 hybrid for only $339 a month. Think Ford first.
28-28, Michigan and Wisconsin here in this Big Ten tournament semifinal. Back here on the halftime show as we bring you our first half stats. They are brought to you by your Southeast Michigan Ford dealers. Think Ford first. Well, last year when these two teams tangled for the Big Ten tournament championship in the title game, Michigan shot 32%, Badgers shot 22%. The Wolverines won by 6. Well, here today, Wisconsin shooting 32%. Michigan's at 27%, and it's tied at 28. Leading scorer in the game was the story of the game. Back in the first meeting, Alexis Bieljauskas with 9 points, 3 of 4 from 3, came in shooting 35% from deep. 8 from John Blackwell, 7 from Nick Boyd. They are combined 6 for 16 shooting. Rhodey with 3, that was an early triple. Carrington with 1. For Michigan, everybody who has played, all 8 have scored. Trey McKenney leading the way with 7. 4 apiece, Roddy Gale Jr. and Morez Johnson Jr. Lendeborg, Cheddar, and Cadeau with 3. Burnett and Mara with 2. Elliot Cadeau did not play the final 11:38 of the first half due to foul issues. He's got 2 individually. First half stats brought to you by your Southeast Michigan Ford dealers. Think Ford first. 28 all, Michigan and Wisconsin. Second half coming your way next on the Michigan Sports Network from Learfield.
Hey, Michigan, not every injury happens on the court. Car wrecks, hospital mistakes, slip and falls. When you're hurt, you need more than a quick sub off the bench. You need America's largest injury law firm. There's a reason Morgan & Morgan has over 1,000 lawyers and 100 offices nationwide. A reason we've recovered more than $30 billion for people just like you. And a reason we never charge a dime unless we win. Morgan & Morgan, proud partner of Michigan Athletics. Injured? Just dial pound law. Morgan & Morgan. Michael Hanna, 150 West Jefferson Avenue, Detroit, 48226. Prior results do not guarantee a similar outcome.
Aw, shucks. The game's on TV, but I can't listen to the call of my favorite team broadcasters.
Never fear, Sync My Game is here.
Sync My Game?
Yes, Sync My Game. If you have a DVR and streaming device, head to syncmygame.com from Learfield. It's never been easier to hear the impassioned voices of your favorite radio crew synced with the TV.
Wow, thank you, Mr.
Just remember, syncmygame.com.
As Michigan hockey makes its postseason push, you can plan next season's visits to Yost Ice Arena for all of the excitement. Join the ticket interest list to receive notifications about season ticket opportunities, single game ticket offers, and promotion information. Plus, you can subscribe to This Week in Michigan Hockey, a thorough weekly newsletter with the latest on Wolverines hockey. Visit mgoblue.com/hockey tickets for more information. That's mgoblue.com/hockey tickets. Wolverines and Badgers all even, 28 apiece. Winner gets either Purdue or UCLA in the Big Ten championship game tomorrow as we welcome you back to the game. Brought to you by Founders Brewing Company. Terry Mills, your takeaways from a dead even first 20 minutes with not a whole lot of shot making.
Well, it wasn't a whole lot of shot making, but I tell you what, Michigan's defense has single-handedly kept them into this ball game. And if you can hang your hat on your defense, I think Michigan can generate enough offense to win this ball game. But just keep investing in that defense and stop overhelping. I think that Coach Akeem Miskadeen said it best. Michigan is just overhelping and then complete plays by closing out on shooters.
Wisconsin is 7 of 17 from 3. That's 41%. They are 3 for 14 from 2. Remarkable. That welcome was brought to you by Founders Brewing Company. It's not a Michigan game day without a Michigan-made beer. Founders Brewing Company, proud sponsor of Michigan Athletics. Welcome to Craft. Brian Bush, Terry Mills, Tony Butler, Rob Joyce on hand. 28 per side, Wolverines and Badgers. Michigan trying to set up a chance to go back-to-back in this event. Wisconsin trying to be the only team to beat Michigan in Big Ten competition. They're looking to do it twice. Wolverines come out with the starting 5. Elliot Cadeau, Namari Burnett, Yaxel Lendeborg, Morez Johnson Jr., and Adai Mara. For the Badgers, same deal with their starting group of Nick Boyd, John Blackwell, Andrew Rhodey, Austin Rapp, and the leading scorer in the game, Alexis Bieljauskas. Cadeau with 2 fouls. That was a critical part of that first half, too.
Yeah, that was a critical stretch. You're talking about 11:38 in the first half. And I tell you what, Michigan was able to weather that storm. Like I said, we've seen them do it before.
Nick Boyd and the Badgers start with the basketball here in the second half. And Yak's right on Boyd defensively, trying to shut off his water like he's done so many times, including to seal the regular season crown against Keaton Wagler and the Illini. Bieljauskas right point. He tries a three. Might have been partially blocked by Mara, so Johnson saves it from going out of bounds. That's the third time Mara has disrupted with a tip a Wisconsin three-point attempt.
Yeah, well, that's why he's Defensive Player of the Year.
Man, what a stud. Only the second Wolverine ever. Gary Grant, of course, back-to-back, right baseline. Here comes Burnett. Zings a pass, low block left. Mara floats, misses, but got fouled. Boy, how in the world did Mara come up with that pass on a bullet from Damari Burnett? Well, I got those sticky hands that Dusty talks about with the dive.
Yeah, well, I tell you what. Yax Lindenberg is a very unselfish player, but I thought that was an opportunity for him to score right there. Once you start getting in that paint, look to score. Be a little bit selfish, if you will.
Mara's first free throw pure, and the Wolverines have the lead for the first time since 6-3, about 6 minutes in what's been a defensive slog so far in Chicago.
It's an old school Big Ten.
Style, teams, all of it. Second free throw short. Mara's now 1 of 3 from the line. Rebound Rapp. 29-28 Michigan. We're 45 seconds into this second half. Andrew Rohde, high to the left wing, hit a three very early. Just his second field goal make of the tournament. Nick Boyd's got about 1 million of those in this dance. Right side Boyd. English is a pass. Bieljauskas, left wing Blackwell. Around a screen, pitch it back. Bieljauskas up fake. Drives in on Mara. Reverses no, but he gets fouled. And Alexis Bieljauskas, a 64%er from the line, heads to the stripe after a dime. Mara picks up a foul. It's his first for Michigan in the half.
Michigan did a good job at, I wouldn't say closing out, but running him off that three-point line, making him a driver instead of a standstill shooter.
Bieljauskas looking to be the first player to reach double figures in this ball game. Slight knee bend, shoots it up, rattles it home, and we're all square at 29. 18:56 left.
You have to ask yourself, how can a guy today shoot three-point shots the way he's shooting them and then struggle from the free throw line?
I got a lot of questions about Alexis Bieljauskas. All respectfully, it's just remarkable. Second free throw, front iron and out. He's allowed to miss here and there. Rebound Michigan. So Michigan's Spaniard center, Mara, went 1 for 2 at the line. And then the Lithuanian center for Wisconsin does the same to keep it tied 29. Left elbow Lendeborg, no look feed, left corner Burnett. Back to the high right wing, it's Cadeau. Size is up Rohde around a Johnson screen. Angles right elbow, recoils back with 6 on the timer, drives in on Rapp, floats it up from the paint, nowhere close, rebound loose, Mara spiked to do himself, pivots, hooks and scores with the left hand. A dime Mara starting to sizzle like he did in the second half against the Buckeyes yesterday, 31-29 Michigan.
Yeah, just being around the ball, being able to pick up that loose change, but I tell you what, Reyes gave him that opportunity by crashing the glass.
Right pocket Boyd, pestered by Cadeau. Bieljauskas screens for Boyd, who patrols right baseline, flings it up there, no on a reverse. Michigan closes it. Boyd saves it. Right wing Bieljauskas shot fake. Shimmies left, shoots a three. Front iron out. Rebound Cadeau. Lassos it past Lendeborg. Catches, laid it up and missed it. But a follow tap in good by Damari Burnett. Wolverines up 4, 33-29. Michigan's largest lead. Oh, had that one not gone for 2 for Michigan, I don't know what would have happened.
And I'll tell you what, I was just happy he got it under control because it had some funny English on it.
Yes, it did. High to the left wing, Blackwell. Push pass right side, Bieljauskas to Rohde. 17:25 left, 33-29 Michigan. Rohde to Bieljauskas right wing. Shot clock already to 5. Now Blackwell peels to the right point. Steps back 3 over Cadeau off the heel. Mara easy rebound. It's Adai's 5th, matching his point total. Cadeau left wing for the Wolverines, who are in front 33-29. Almost 3 minutes into this second half. Cadeau bumped by Rohde and a foul. Whistled by Mike Littlewood. Inbound coming up for Michigan as Rohde saddled with his team second of the half.
Yeah, Michigan's defense is once again elite here in the second half, and now they're able to start generating a little offense.
Wolverines, a scorching 2 of 4 in the second half from the floor. Wisconsin hasn't made a field goal yet in 4 tries. Wolverines up 33-29, 17 minutes even here to go in regulation. Winner to the championship game against either Purdue or UCLA. Scooping layup, right lane line, Cadeau got it to go. Elliot Cadeau's 4th and 5th points, 35-29 Michigan. Boyd, point right three, airborne, nowhere close. Rebound, one hops to Rode. He shovels Rapp. He tries from the same spot, off to the right, and Johnson tips the rebound to himself and lost it out of bounds. Almost decapitated a Badger cheerleader along that right baseline. As the Wolverines, some friendly fire there, lose out on the rebound. Roddy Gale Jr. and Trey McKinney summoned from the Michigan bench. Wolverines bring out Adai Mara and Amari Burnett.
What a stint there by Mara.
And he gets a round of applause from the bench. Mara reciprocates. Right baseline, Boyd. Lob up. Right wing, Blackwell stumbles to the deck. Able to keep possession while he was sliding and flipped to Rapp. Now Boyd has it center circle. Michigan up by 6, their largest lead. Boyd takes off right block, pivots with 7, chucks it up right point, Blackwell with 5, wheels to the left elbow, couple of pump fakes, leans in, 2 on the timer, shoots one up there and scores it. Tough play from Blackwell, and it's 35-31 Michigan. Blackwell up to 10.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, Michigan had done everything right then.
16:03 to play as Blackwell leans into Cadeau, and he fouled him. Are they going to say it's a shooting foul from the point? It would be a 3-shot opportunity here as Cadeau kind of lulled Blackwell into a bump, and they're going to say an inbound. Dusty May requesting a 3-point free throw opportunity for Cadeau, but more importantly, it's 3rd foul for John Blackwell, 16:02 left, Michigan by 4. Inbound Johnson, handoff Lendeborg, spins in the paint, laid it up over the front of the rim. Wisconsin wasn't ready for Yaks charging down the baseline, 37-31 Michigan.
Yeah, Yaks is starting to assert itself a little bit right now.
Boyd, high to the right, drives in on McKinney. Trey shuts him off. Oh, has Trey's defense been on point here in Chicago? Right side, Carrington leans in on Cadeau, pivots, jumping pass, had it pricked away. Gale comes up with it, deflects Carrington. Left wing, Boyd a 3. It's short. Rebound, Cadeau. Michigan right to left with numbers and a foul called on Boyd. Dusty May begging for an intentional foul, but there was Austin Rapp still back there defensively. Timeout on the floor. Nick Boyd picks up his first infraction, and the Badgers up to 4 here in this second half already. 15:26 left, 37-31. Michigan leading the Badgers here on the Michigan Sports Network from Learfield. When facts are questioned, when trust falters, when the role of higher education is on trial, look to the University of Michigan to turn a public investment into the public good. From strengthening democracy through dialogue to advancing breakthrough cancer treatments, Michigan delivers the solutions the world needs most. For answers, for action, for all of us, look to Michigan. See more solutions at umich.edu/look.
The excitement, the passion, the tradition.
Kapoor, deep 3 in front of us for the win.
This is Michigan basketball from Learfield.
There is nothing more refreshing than an ice-cold Surfside to enjoy while you cheer on your team. Surfside is only 100 calories, 2 grams of sugar, and 0 bubbles. That's right, no carbonation, so it's easy to sip and enjoy. It's not a seltzer, it's Surfside. Proud sponsor of the Alumni Association of the University of Michigan. Sold at bars, restaurants, and stores near you. Must be 21. Please drink responsibly.
Here it comes. Surprise! There's an avocado shortage! Now half your food truck menu is costing more than it's making you! Also, you're out of napkins!
Those aren't cheap! Progressive knows small business owners usually don't like surprises because they cost you money. But a good surprise, saving 13% on commercial auto insurance when you pay in full.
Also, an ice cream truck stole your parking spot! Looks like you're in a turf war!
Surprise yourself. See if you can save in as little as 8 minutes at ProgressiveCommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Discounts not available in all states or situations.
47-31, Michigan leading Wisconsin, 15-26 to carry, with a spot in the Big Ten Tournament Championship game on the line. Great to have the national champion, Terry Mills, our engineer, Tony Butler, and our host, Rob Joyce, with you. I'm Brian Bush. Well, Terry, Michigan held Wisconsin to 1 of 8 shooting to start the first half, yet Michigan was 1 of 6 with 3 turnovers. Same deal in the second half for the Badgers. They've missed 7 of their first 8 at the under-16 media, but Michigan is 4 of 6. How have they gotten their offense churning?
It started on the defensive end. I mean, their defense is allowing them to get out in transition to create some early offense before the Badgers can get their defense set. So, if you will, kind of like quick hitters. You've seen Yaks take that ball out real quick. It was a quick hitter right back to him. Let's get after it.
Nothing says home like Aunt Millie's, whether it's pregame breakfast, tailgate sliders, or postgame comfort food. Aunt Millie's is baking memories from their family to yours. Pick up all your Aunt Millie's favorites at your local Meijer. Aunt Millie's, closer to home. John Blackwell out there with 3 fouls. That will be noteworthy because Blackwell has been brilliant so far. 65 points combined in the first 2 games. He's tied with Bieljauskas for the team lead with 10 today. High banker from Cadeau. Got the friendly roll, right lane line. And the Wolverines up to 5 of 7 in the half. 39-31, Michigan's largest lead.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, Elliott is starting to get his game going once again.
Cadeau had a career-high 19 against the Badgers in Ann Arbor in January, and all 19 came in the second half. 17 were very early. It was in a blur. Blackwell around a screen from Garlock in there for Rapp, who has 3 fouls. Blackwell shut off left baseline, skips at Garlock. Ball above his head, lost it, stolen away. Johnson deflected to McKinney, up ahead, bullet pass intercepted. Looking for Gale, deflected Jones, intercepted Boyd. All the way to the other end, High Baker over a couple of Wolverines, too strong. Rebound Johnson, Michigan cleans up the miss. Cadeau, no-look feed left wing. McKinney ponders a 3, doesn't take it. Cadeau does and shoots it, knocks it down. EC's back, baby! 10 for Elliott, 42-31 Michigan.
Yeah, I tell you what, Michigan is able to get those defensive stops. That was kind of a forced pass there by Trey last time, but
a 14-3 start to the half. Right corner 3-ball. Blackwell, no, but an offensive rebound. Boyd into the paint. Floats it up there and swishes it. Wisconsin to within 9. 42-33, a little bit more than 6 minutes in second half.
I'll tell you what, a lot of Wisconsin's offense is coming from those little loose balls like that. I mean, you almost can add up all of Nick Boyd's points by saying stuff that is...
Right corner, McKinney 3, in and out. Good feed from Cadeau. Blackwell, the rebound for Wisconsin. Michigan had made 6 of its first 8 from the floor in the half. Blackwell drives, big, scores, counted a foul over Johnson. John Blackwell with a tremendous take, inducing the foul on Rez. It's his first, team second of the half.
Yeah, well, Blackwell's looking for contact. That's one thing about John Blackwell. He's not going to shy away from contact, so got to get the ball stopped.
Adai Mara in, Morez Johnson Jr. out. Blackwell now to 12, leading all scorers. To put it into perspective how good he's been, Blackwell, the Bloomfield Hills, Michigan native, swishes the free throw, 42-36, Badgers within 6. Thanks to his 78 points now in this event, he has jumped from tied for 19th in Wisconsin history in points for a career to 12th. He passed Frank Kaminsky, Bronson Koenig, and Kirk Penny yesterday alone. Lendeborg right point for Michigan. High to the left wing, Cadeau. Lob it up, high block left, Mara. One-on-one against Garlock. Mara spins in with one dribble, floats, missed it. Jordan got his own rebound, went up strong, laid it up and in. Counted the foul. Mara lets out a roar. Stick-to-itiveness from the junior Mara, 44-36 Wolverines.
Yeah, Adai Mara doing Dara things. I mean, who's going to know that shot is short? The guy that took that shot.
Boy, and he reacted immediately, Terry. Heck of a job as Garlock leaves. Bieljauskas returns for the Badgers. Foul number 3 on Braden Carrington, who Michigan has really held in check. 1.04 shooting, 3 fouls, 2 turnovers in 14 minutes. Mara's free throw, that one good. 2 of 4 now at the line is the former UCLA product who, if Michigan can hold this lead, maybe he'll face his former team in the final. Bruins get Purdue after this one. 45-36 Michigan, 7 minutes into the second half. Boyd in between the rings for Wisconsin. Shuttles his way to the left baseline, takes it underneath the cup, wheels a pass, Bieljauskas at the point, didn't take an open three. Now Boyd, detours right, underhand shovel, right side, Blackwell. Timer at 4, Blackwell free throw line, in on Mara, reverse layup blocked by Mara. Up ahead, here's McKinney, clean runaway, went for the jam, and it was blocked by Carrington from behind. Boyd can't save it as he runs his way into the 6th row of seats, hurtling over one of the barricades to our left. Oh, what a fun player, Nick Boyd. It's Michigan's basketball near sideline.
Yeah, I tell you what, he's leaving it out there on the floor, that's for sure.
Boy, good thing we were in the early game. If we're in the late game, we might have had to look out for Nick Boyd. Tony Butler's equipment might have been in danger there.
Well, you know, Tony wouldn't allow that.
No.
You would have seen Tony jump out there with a little defense.
Like his old hockey days. 12:33 to play, 45-36 Michigan, the lead and the ball. Will Cheddar into the contest for the first time in this second half. Hit a big three when Michigan had its offense floundering. They're going to take a look at something here, not sure what. With the shot clock currently reading 29, game clock 12:33, Wolverines a 45-36 lead thanks to a 17-8 run in the second half. This will be a more lengthy review, so both teams will bring their group over for a huddle.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it's time-related or possibly a goaltend. I mean, when he went up to dunk it, I don't know if it was over the top of the cylinder or not.
Shot clock now to the reset 20 number, 12:33 to play. Wolverines in front by 9. After Michigan edged Ohio State yesterday by 4. That'd be the Badgers' most lopsided win of this event. Held off a furious Washington Huskies rally on Thursday to win by 3 and knocked off Illinois in overtime by 3. All 5 Badger starters played 38 minutes in that ball game, and they're logging significant minutes again today. So they changed the foul earlier, I think from Carrington to Garlock. I think that was the decision. Low block left Mara into the paint. Double team comes, spins a pass. Lendeborg curled and laid it up and in on the right block. Mara's court vision and passing ability on display again. 47-36 Michigan.
Yeah, Michigan with a little paintball, if you will, just being able to throw it around in the painted area.
But remember, if you went to the Twitter replies, people didn't think the big three could play together. Left wing Blackwell, underhand leave Rhodey. Wolverines up by 11, 8 minutes deep into this second half. Gale almost got a steal. Carrington left pocket, pumps up a three and swishes it. Gale went for a steal and slam. Instead, Wisconsin comes up with a trifecta, 47-39. Michigan's lead cut to 8. Lendeborg over to the right side. Left point, Cheddar trudges in. Guarded by Jones. To the left point line drive 3, Mara. Too strong. Rebound Carrington for Wisconsin. Bit of a heat check there for Mara, who had a couple of mid-range J's yesterday. Carrington to Bieljauskas for the Badgers. Right wing Hayden Jones. Takes it in on Cheddar. Leans. Flips right side. Bieljauskas rain-making 3. Nowhere close. Missed it front iron. Rebound Cheddar in Michigan. McKinney left wing. Drives in around the screen from Mara unintentionally. Peels it back out right elbow. In between the rings, Lendeborg. Back McKinney. Considers a 3. Takes the right wing 3. Nails the right wing 3. Trey McKinney up to 10. Double figures for the 22nd time this year for the freshman. Michigan's Mr. Basketball. 50-39 Wolverines. Other side, right baseline, Jones. Shut off by Gale. Rhodey in between the rings. Around a screen from Bieljauskas. Tried to pop it back to Bieljauskas. Deflected pass by McKinney. Got to Carrington. Left corner. Fade away 3. Nowhere close. Rebound Mara. Lobs up ahead. Two-handed. Gale able to secure it. Left corner. And he calls a timeout because he wasn't sure if he's going to be able to slam on the brakes completely. And with the momentum on Michigan's side, that's a well-used timeout by the senior Gale.
Yes, it was. It was almost kind of like a football pass going along the sidelines of him being able to keep 2 feet in with the timeout.
10:39 remaining. Michigan trying to pull away and pull into that Big Ten title game tomorrow. 50-39. Michigan leading Wisconsin. 10:39 to play on the Wolverines Sports Network from Learfield.
Touchdown! From the biggest of the big games to the littlest of the little.
There you go. Go! Go!
Run, James!
No, first base!
Go, go, go!
Whenever you shop Meijer, you help support hundreds of local sports teams across the Midwest. From some of the biggest stadiums in the state to the familiar fields down the street. You're helping make a difference to the people and places you call home. Learn more at Meijer.com/community.
If you are a fighter, Modelo is your reward. So listen close. You put up with a lot, but you always hold it down for your people. You are strong. You are fearless. You are the baddest on the block. You are an elbow grease factory, a force of nature. You are not to be reckoned with. You are a ride or die, a powerhouse of productivity. You are a fighter, and Modelo is your reward. You've earned every last drop of this rich golden lager, so raise it up high. Modelo, the mark of a fighter. Drink responsibly. Beer imported by Crown Imports, Chicago, Illinois.
Experiencing a Wolverines game is a lot like life. We honor traditions. We shed tears for a loss, but also for a win. And every time we step on the court, it's a chance for greatness. Farm Bureau Insurance sees the connection and is a proud supporter of University of Michigan athletics. From financial security to a helping hand, Farm Bureau understands the experience matters. Find an agent who can protect what matters to you.
Hi, I'm Rick Germain for Germain Lexus of Ann Arbor. Nearly 80 years ago, our family's automotive story began right here in Michigan. Since then, shoppers have trusted the Germain name when it's time to purchase their next vehicle. Ask about our $1,000 price promise, assuring no one will sell you a vehicle for less. You'll also have more assurance with Germain's 72-hour exchange policy, and you can buy with more confidence knowing that every qualifying pre-owned vehicle comes with a warranty. At Germain, you don't have to choose between a great experience and a great price. We deliver both.
The Badgers in the second half. It was tied at the break, so the Wolverines now have a 50-39 lead, 10:39 to play. In a game where someone's getting some get-back, either Wisconsin after last year's Big Ten tournament title game, a Wolverines 6-point win, or the January stunner in Ann Arbor when Wisconsin handed what would be Michigan's only home loss and only Big Ten loss by 3. Brian, Terry, Tony, and Rob with you. Wolverines limiting John Blackwell to 13, Nick Boyd to 9. So 22 combined points for a pair of players who scored 126 combined in the first two games.
Yeah, well, you and I sat in on that film session and that scout session and understood how important it was to defend those guys in pick-and-roll actions.
Inside Mara. Cadeau spilled to the deck. He's slow to get up along that right baseline. Mara finds Lindemore cutting to the rack for an easy two-hand crunch. Even 4-on-5 with Cadeau a bit shaken up. Michigan secures another bucket. 52-39 Wolverines.
Yeah, Mara dropping dimes.
He's got 8 points, 7 rebounds. That is first listed assist. Straight on 3 wrap. Air ball out of bounds. Check that, the second on Mara for an assist standpoint. Might have a few more hockey assists in this one. Timeout on the floor again. 10-12 to play. Michigan keeps pushing that lead higher and higher. It's 52-39. Wolverines in front of the Badgers. 10-12 to play on the Michigan Sports Network from Learfield.
Motown Legends. TNT together again. Temptations. 4 Tops. Saturday night, May 9th at Soaring Eagle Casino and Resort. Tickets start at $55 and on sale now at the box office and etix.com. Saturday night, May 9th at Soaring Eagle Casino and Resort. Temps and Tops together again.
The excitement, the passion, the tradition.
Walker turns, forces, misses. Michigan has won the national title!
This is Michigan basketball from Learfield.
In sitcoms, when someone has a problem, they just blurt it out and move on.
Well, I lost my job and my parakeet is missing. How was your day?
But the real world is different. Managing life's challenges can be overwhelming. So, what do? We get support. The Huntsman Mental Health Institute and the Ad Council have mental health resources available for you at loveyourmindtoday.org. That's loveyourmindtoday.org. See how much further you can go when you take care of your mental health.
Snakes, zombies, sharks, heights, speaking in public. The list of fears is endless. But while you're clutching your blanket in the dark, wondering if that sound in the hall was actually a footstep, the real danger is in your hand when you're behind the wheel. And while you might think a great white shark is scary, what's really terrifying and even deadly is distracted driving. Eyes forward. Don't drive distracted. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Remaining. Michigan trying to set up a date with either the Boilermakers or the Bruins tomorrow afternoon here in Chicago. So far, so good. Up on Wisconsin 52-39, 10-12 remaining. Westwood One and the Varsity Network bring you every moment of March all the way to Indianapolis for the hometown call you love. The only place to stream your team's broadcast all postseason is the Varsity Network app. Download the free Varsity Network app today. We've been telling you, there's a lot of ways to get us digitally during the regular season in the Big Ten tournament, but only the Varsity Network is where you can hear us digitally. Of course, all of our fine radio affiliates across the line and across the state will be all guns a-blazing per usual, hopefully all the way to Indianapolis. But if you want to catch Terry and me, you got to do it on the Varsity Network app digitally. Wolverines by 13. Momentum seems to be shifting, Terry.
Yes, it is. I mean, a lot of ball game left, and we know how explosive the Badgers can be. Michigan's just got to stay the course and keep going to the well. I mean, you're playing through Mara, and Mara seems to be doing all the right things with the basketball.
Lendeborg, McKinney, Cadeau, Cheddar, and Mara on the floor. Right side, McKinney has it. English is a pass, high block, right. Mara going to work on Bieljauskas. 3 left-handed dribbles. Had it poked away. Starts the dribble again. Pivots in there. Finger rolls it over the left side of the rim. He and Bieljauskas were chuckling before play started, and Adai's with some swag, jogging down there with a little smirk after another nifty take. 54-39 Michigan.
Yeah, it kind of almost makes sound like I know what I'm talking about, playing through Mara. Huh?
You got one of those title rings on your hand to show that, T-Mills.
Yeah, go right to him.
Left wing Blackwell. He's got 13 to lead everybody. Left pocket, 3-ball wrap. Up and good. Second made 3 in 11 tries in the half for the Badgers, who cut it to a dozen. 54-42, 9:20 to play. Left wing, Cadeau. Skip a pass, Mara. Going to work against Bieljauskas. Skip pass right corner. McKinney a 3. Front iron over the backboard, out of bounds. And it's Wisconsin's basketball. Wolverines still a scorching 61% from the floor here in the second half. Morez Johnson Jr. in, giving Yaxel Lendeborg a breather.
Yeah, that was a good stint there by Yax. Seemed like he kind of asserted himself a little bit and really helped this Wolverine team get going.
Boyd, Rapp, Bieljauskas, Carrington, and Blackwell on the floor. Rapp and Blackwell each playing with 3 fouls. Boyd back Bieljauskas at the point. Over toward Nick Boyd. Wanted a handoff, but Cadeau shut it off. Now Carrington left wing. He tries a 3 over Cheddar, rattles it home. And the Badgers starting to heat up from deep. 54-45, a palindrome score with 8:44 to play. Michigan by 9. Cadeau, high block left, Mara. He's got 10.7 boards, 2 assists. Holds the basketball in his right hand, directs traffic with the left. Spins on Bieljauskas, couple of strong dribbles, pivots, and an offensive foul called by Jeffrey Anderson with some emphasis. Mara whistled for the infraction. It's his second. Bieljauskas coaxed it.
Yeah, he definitely got him. Mara got a little bit too deep underneath that basket and was trying to get a little space.
Roddy Gale Jr. in, replacing Will Cheddar for the Wolverines. Cheddar with 13 strong minutes, 3 points, 3 rebounds. 8:24 left, 54-45 Wolverines. Boyd spins a past Bieljauskas at the head of the key. Over to Boyd, jogs right wing. In Cardinal on this Saturday afternoon. Boyd trudges to the right block. Skip pass left wing Blackwell. Steps back. Feed Carrington left corner. Doesn't take an open 3. Blackwell takes one left wing. Contested. No. Short. Rebound pops up in the air. Gale able to tip it away from Blackwell near the half-court line. Michigan's ball.
I'm going to tell you, those are the ones they weren't coming up with earlier.
Media stoppage next, dead ball. 7:48 to play. 54-45 U of M. Cadeau drifts right wing. Tries a 3. Nowhere close. Backboard first, then the left side of the rim. Rapp peels off the Wisconsin Karen without contention. Up ahead, Boyd. Slithers left lane line. Floats over Mara. Got it to go. 8 straight for the Badgers. It's 54-47 Michigan after the Wolverines led by 15. The Badgers faithful stand up and cheer. Right wing Johnson over to Cadeau left side. drives in on Blackwell. Stutters, banks, scores on a friendly rattle, 56-47. Cadeau with 12 for the Wolverines.
Yeah, you can't let Boyd get up ahead of steam. If he gets up ahead of steam, he's tough to deal with.
Boyd, free throw line. To the left wing, Carrington. 7:03 rolling second half clock. Michigan up 56-47. Spot in the title game on the line tomorrow. Left wing Boyd into the paint. Hits a two-hop pass wrap. Right wing three. Got it on a swirl. 3 straight deep ball makes for Wisconsin. They're within a half dozen, 56-50, 6:43 to play.
Yeah, found money by Wisconsin. I tell you what, those threes that they're starting to make now.
Cadeau, Demara, back Cadeau right at point. Left wing, Johnson strokes 3. Nope, it's a brick. Rebound, Bieljauskas. Badgers have made 4 of their last 5. Michigan cooling off a bit. 6:22 remaining, 56-50 U of M. Head of the key, Boyd. Crosses over, shovel wrap, right wing, another 3. Yes, a heat check, and the Badgers are within 3 all of a sudden. 56-53, 6:07 to play.
Yeah, simply doing what they do best.
Michigan bleeding some clock. Cadeau hasn't picked up the basketball. It's just laying there. Cadeau whittled about 15 seconds off the clock, which, boy, with the way this game has gone, I don't know about that. Maybe up 15 you do it. Cadeau around a screen from Mara. Takes it left block into the paint. A little shove from Boyd. Play on. Banker, no. Crawls out. Rebound, Bieljauskas. Clubs Cadeau. Play on again. Near sideline, Boyd. 3-point Michigan lead. Right wing Rapp again. It's good. Another 3 from Rapp. He's got 12. And we're tied at 56 with 5:29 to play.
Yeah, and just like that, that lead is shrunk.
17-2 run out of nowhere. An 8-0 run. The friendly bounce off glass from Cadeau. Then 9 straight from Wisconsin. 5:29 to play, 56-56. As emphatic of a turnaround as you'll ever see. And it is Austin Rapp, who didn't play in this meeting in Ann Arbor in January, who has hit 3 threes in the last minute and a half after entering that stretch with only 3 points in the game, Terry Mills.
Yeah, just unconscious. I mean, a lot of those came with direct passes. Some of them have been rolling on the floor, and he's just picked it up and started casting it up. And tell you what, they've been hitting nothing but bottoms.
Before this 3-shot run, Austin Rapp was 4 for 20 from the floor in the Big Ten tournament. My goodness. 5:29 to play. 56-56, Michigan and Wisconsin. Score more with the college-branded Venmo debit card. Rep your team with every tap. The Venmo MasterCard is issued by the Bancorp Bank, N.A. Select schools available. Brian Bush, Terry Mills, Tony Butler, and Rob Joyce with you.
It's St. Patrick's Saturday in Chicago. It looks like he's got a couple of St. Patrick's.
And I'm going to ask Rob down the line. Did I miss a media timeout, Rob? So, sorry, Rob, I'm doing some things with the fourth wall. 56-56, 5:29 to play. I thought we took the under 8, but this is a lengthy stoppage here in Chicago. 56-56. Brian, Terry, Tony, and Rob. As the Wolverines are all of a sudden all square at 56 apiece with Wisconsin. With just how much of a flurry this was, threw me off a little bit. So 5:29 to play, 56-56. We'll owe you an extra timeout here. We'll get it in at some point. Terry, what does Michigan do to slow things down here? I mean, kind of like Bieljauskas for the first 60 minutes between these two teams. It's Rapp the one is the red-hot shooter.
Yeah, well, once again, I'd say finish plays. Rapp picked one up off the floor that was actually rolling and then cast it up. And Michigan kind of lackadaisical, kind of felt like that play was over with. But tell you what, Michigan's got their unit in right now that can do a lot of switching and interchangeable pieces. So hopefully they can cool rep off a little bit.
5:29 to play, 56-56, Michigan and Wisconsin. Brian Terry, Tony and Rob on hand, Trey McKinney, Roddy Gale Jr., and the big three, Lendeborg, Johnson, and Mara on the floor. Blackwell and Boyd, the two-star guards, leading the way for a Badgers defense with Bieljauskas, Rapp, and Carrington out there as well. Right pocket, Lendeborg jumping past Mara. Going to work against Bieljauskas, fakes a pass out, right baseline, pivots, leans in, and jams over Bieljauskas. Lulled him to sleep, 58-56 Michigan.
They're able to use that footwork down there on the baseline, using those pivots. Well, it's been a handful down there on the block.
Austin Rapp with 3 consecutive three-point makes. Inbounds to Nick Boyd. 4 in double figures for the balanced Badgers, playing their third game in as many days in Chicago. With the basketball down 58-56 to Michigan. Blackwell in between the rings. Jogs to the left side against Lendeborg. Takes it in left baseline. Over to Bieljauskas. Shot fake, didn't take it. Timer at 6. Blackwell charges. Skip it over. Right corner Rapp. 3 over McKinney. Again he made it. Wisconsin's first lead since 28-25. It's 59-58. Badgers 4.5 to play.
Yeah, what has happened here? I'll tell you what.
In between the rings, Johnson. Right side, McKinney. Lob it up, Mara. Working against Bieljauskas. Shot clock already halfway gone. Going to work against Bieljauskas. Pivots, walks with it, turned it over. Wisconsin's basketball. As Nick Boyd in front of the Michigan bench shows off the Wisconsin on his jersey in white in those Cardinal jerseys. Turnover number 12 for the Maize and Blue.
Yeah, well, I tell you what, how it's going to get done here as Michigan's coming out victorious is you got to be able to play some defense. It's about defensive stops right now.
Nick Boyd past the timeline for Wisconsin. 4:06 to play, 59-58 Badgers. Skip it, Bieljauskas back to Boyd. Last year, Michigan trailed by 11 in the second half, won the Big Ten title. Badgers have been down by 15. Boyd, flip left side Rapp, another 3, airborne, rainmaker good. 5 threes from Rapp. 62-58 Badgers, 3:42 to play. McKinney, left point, over to the right side, Lendeborg. Shuttles his way into the free throw line in the paint. Right side, Mara. Mid-range jumper is a swish. 62-60 Wisconsin. 3:26 to play. Nick Boyd past the timeline for the Badgers. Rapp has 18 on 6 of 10 shooting from deep. Boyd around a Bieljauskas hedge. 3:10 to play. Boyd angles left wing, little shove, leans in, floats well short, rebound. Mara tipped it to himself for Michigan. Boyd spilled to the deck. He wanted a foul. Play on, far sideline, McKinney. Inside of 3 minutes to play, offensive foul called on Johnson. Jeffrey Anderson called it from 30 feet away. Timeout on the floor, 2:58 left, 62-60 Wisconsin. This is Michigan basketball from Learfield.
When you have a gambling problem, you have a money problem.
10 gallons of gas, cash or credit?
Yesterday's lottery ticket won't fill up your tank. Because when you're feeding a gambling problem...
Okay, your grocery total is $98.
It's difficult putting food on the table, paying your bills, and keeping your life together. If you or a loved one is struggling with gambling, get free confidential help at michigan.gov/problemgambling. A message from the Michigan Department of Health and Human Services.
Michigan fans, choose chill. Coors Light is cold lagered, cold filtered, and cold packaged for a smoother finish. It's got that crisp, refreshing taste that makes those moments when you choose to rise above the noise and choose chill even better. Coors Light is a proud sponsor of Michigan Athletics, so crack one open and take a sip. Coors Light, choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2025 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. Beer.
Hey Michigan fans, this is Trey McKinney of Michigan Basketball. Spring is just around the corner. Is your outdoor living area ready for a championship performance this season? As the official decking and railing partner of Michigan Athletics, TimberTech is here to help upgrade your space. It looks like real wood, but won't rot, warp, or splinter, and comes with industry-leading warranties. Order free samples at timbertech.com. That's timbertech.com. Go Blue.
People can't have access to quality medical care without affordable health insurance. At Blue Cross Blue Shield of Michigan, we understand increasing health insurance costs are becoming more of a strain on the budgets of the businesses and people we serve. Affordability matters. It affects real families, real decisions, and real care. That's why at Blue Cross, we're dedicated to finding solutions. To learn about this critical issue and our efforts to make healthcare affordable for all, visit mibluedaily.com/affordability today.
Wolverines trailing Wisconsin 62-60 thanks to a flurry of threes by Austin Rapp. He has 5 of them since the 6:51 mark of the second half. It's the 2:58 mark now. Michigan's postseason journey is presented by Meijer. Find more in the Meijer app. Plan, shop, save, and get deals made just for you. Plus, enjoy an even more personalized shopping experience with M-Perks. Download the Meijer app or visit Meijer.com/M-Perks. Wisconsin lives and dies by the 3, Terry Mills, and 15 of their 22 makes have been from deep. Par for the course for a team that could set a Big Ten record for three-point makes, but you don't expect it from 33% shooting, 35% shooting in the regular season, Austin Rapp.
Yeah, you just don't know who it's going to come from with this team. I mean, 45 of their points have came, of their 62 points have came from the three-point line, so.
From jerseys to hats and more fan favorites, find everything you need to gear up for game day at Kohl's and Kohl's.com. So, 62-60, Wisconsin the lead. Michigan led by 15 with 9:50 to play. It looked like they had a chance to run away with this thing, but Austin Rapp single-handedly rescuing the Badgers. He has 18 to lead everybody, one of 4 Badgers in double figures. Michigan 3 at 10 or more. Mara 14, Cadeau 12, McKinney 10. And yet again, Terry, the Axel Lendeboard limited, had 6 points against Ohio State, 9 on 4 of 8 shooting today. Nick Boyd in between the rings for Wisconsin. 2:48 left. Over to Blackwell. Lost the handle. Saves it at the half-court line. Blackwell, he has 13 on 11 shots. Left wing, Bieljauskas triggers a 3. Mara bothered it. It barely grazed front iron. Rebound loose, out of bounds. It's to Michigan. Wolverines finally get a stop. Badgers started the half 1 of 10 from deep. They had made 7 of their last 8 before that miss there.
Yes, this is where it's time for the Wolverines to start grinding right here. We've been here before and found ways to win this ball game.
2:27 left, 62-60. Alley-oop from Cadeau up toward Mara. Deflected, intercepted, never got to Johnson. Not Mara. Johnson the one, the intended target. Wisconsin's basketball. 2:15 remaining, 62-60 Wisconsin. McKinney guarding Boyd 40 feet out. Shifts his way to the left side. Now here's Rapp, shot fake at the free throw line, walks with it. Wisconsin with its 11th turnover, just the 4th time in their last 18 games with double digits in the turnover margin. Back to Michigan, 2:06 left. Badgers up 62-60.
Yeah, that time Michigan ran him off of that three-point line, made him do something different. He's not used to putting it on the deck.
2 minutes to play, 62-60 Wisconsin. Mara right wing for the Maize and Blue. Handoff Lendeboard. Surveys the scene, drifts left, over to Cadeau, back Yaks. Shot clock down to 10. Feed the post, Mara. Michigan's leading scorer with 14. Backing down against Bieljauskas, pivots, banks and scores with ease. All square, 62 with 100 seconds to play for a spot in tomorrow's title tilt. Boyd past the center line with 1:30 remaining. Pestered by Cadeau, little shove. Boyd drives in, feed left wing, up fake Carrington. Picked up the dribble to Bieljauskas. Handoff Boyd. Shot clock at 7. Game tied at 62. 1:15 left. Boyd left point 3 over Mara. No good off to the right. McKinney a good box out of Blackwell, Michigan's ball. Elliot Cadeau strolls his way into the forecourt. 62-62. Big Ten semifinal. A minute to play now. Right wing Mara. Handoff Cadeau. Ponders a 3, doesn't take it. Drifts to the right. Now he shoots. Off the heel, rebound Lendeboard, left elbow, jumping past Cadeau, same spot 3, rattled around,
yes sir, yes sir,
46.7 left. 65-62 Michigan. Timeout Greg Gard in Wisconsin.
Man, Michigan was able to get them one to fall.
45.6 to play. 65-62 Michigan. A full will take it with them. This is Michigan basketball from Learfield.
Gambling can be fun.
Here we go.
Kind of like skydiving. The thrill, the excitement. But be careful, or gambling will start to feel like skydiving without a parachute. For tips that will help keep you out of harm's way, go to don'tregretthebet.org. A message from the Michigan Gaming Control Board. Have a gambling problem? Call the National Problem Gambling Helpline at 1-800-GAMBLER.
Michigan basketball plays here.
Jets his way with 3, straight on with 2, leans in, scoops.
Oh! Yes, sir! The Michigan Sports Network from Learfield.
Neighbors help neighbors. That's why when the unexpected happens, floods, fires, or tornadoes hit, Belfour has your back. At Belfour, we are the people who live next door. Faces and names you know, right here in Michigan. For us, the only thing more important than restoring your property is helping you rebuild your life whenever disasters strike. 24/7, 365. Belfour Property Restoration. Your home, your life, our promise. Call 800-800-BELFOR or visit belfour.com.
Wolverines fans, it's time to join the University of Michigan Credit Union, the leaders and best in local banking. We are here to help you stay on top of your game with competitive loan rates and championship service to meet all your financial needs. Access your account with our conveniently located branches and ATMs, 24/7 online banking, and our mobile app. To learn more about our services or find a branch near you, visit umcu.org. UMCU is a proud partner of Michigan Athletics. The University of Michigan Credit Union is federally insured by NCAA.
Michigan basketball from Learfield. Back here in Chicago, Brian Bush, Terry Mills, Tony Butler, Rob Joyce. How about Elliot Cadeau, who had 2 fouls in the first 8.5 minutes of the first half. But Terry, like he did against the Badgers, with 19 points in the second half in Ann Arbor, he's got 12, including a 3-pointer that hit every bit of the rim to give Michigan the lead.
Yeah, and that just comes from staying engaged. When you're out there with those fouls, some players have an ability to kind of not stay focused on the bench. Elliott did, and when his number was called again, he responded. So,
with 43.3 seconds after they reviewed to take a look at the clock. We're keeping it here for the rest of this one. This last call is presented by Founders Brewing Company, a proud sponsor of Michigan Athletics. It's not a Michigan game day without a Michigan-made beer. Founders Brewing Company, welcome to craft. 27 on the shot clock. Nick Boyd has the basketball for the Badgers with Michigan up 3. Boyd shuffles into the paint, recoils back out high to the right wing, has Johnson on him defensively on a switch. Dribbling now with Gale defending him. Right wing Boyd, pull up 3 for the tie. Got it on a swirl. Nick Boyd wanted it, nailed it, his 6th make in 20 tries. Shot clock unplugged, 65-65. Last year, Trey Donaldson went coast to coast in the final moments to shock the Terps. Now Michigan trying to walk off here against the Badgers. 16 seconds left. Cadeau with it in between the circles, guarded by Boyd. Timer at 10. Left elbow, Morrow with 8. Looks right to Johnson. Handoff, Cadeau with 6. Drifting right corner. Guarded by Rapp. Over Yaks. Right wing 3 for the win. Oh,
yes,
yeah!
Yes, sir. Michigan able to execute a shot.
They keep .3 on the clock. 68-65. Michigan. It took almost 80 minutes for Yaxel Lendeborg to make his impression on the Big Ten tournament, and the league's player of the year does it on a 3. And Wisconsin, if it stays .3, can't do anything but tip it down 3.
Man, what a ball game. And I tell you what, it took 2 crucial threes for Michigan to overcome that barrage of threes by Wisconsin.
Michigan now 8 of 25 from deep, but for now it's good enough against a 16 three-point effort by Wisconsin. 0.4 left. They add a tenth of a second, which is helpful for the Badgers because you need at least 0.4 to shoot an actual jump shot. It can be something other than a deflection. How about the calm by Michigan on that possession with the clock dwindling?
Yeah, well, you had it in the hands of a guy that knows the clock, and that's Elliot Cadeau. Had a mental clock in his head, understanding it wasn't time to just go out and cast up a brick right now.
Wolverines up by 3. 0.4 left. Inbounder Rhodey. Shuffle to the left. Give Boyd. Lets it fly from 75 feet. Nowhere close. Ball game over. And Michigan completes the 17 wins in the Big Ten. They've beaten everybody in the league, and they'll try to go wire to wire. Regular season and postseason. They win it 68-65, and they'll play for the Big Ten Tournament Championship tomorrow afternoon. Oh my goodness, what a win, and what a moment for Yaxel Lendeboard. It took a while for Yax to make his presence felt, but he did just that to win it on a 368-65. What a performance as the Wolverines win it here by 3. And Dusty May's postgame interview is presented by Meyer. Coach, take us through that last sequence and the calm of your team to bleed out almost the entire amount of time and get that shot for Yax.
Well, we were calm at the right moments, Brian. There were a couple times. This game was so good for